Swiss.
Swiss.
Swiss is good.
Dude, if you get a Philly cheesesteak and don't put Swiss cheese on it, like, we will be strongly disappointed.
No, it's provolone.
Is it provolone? I could have sworn it was Swiss. Like, every time I've made a Philly cheese, I've always done Swiss.
It's provolone.
I have also never had a cheese steak, by the way.
I would recommend it. It's really good, especially with red and green peppers. It's really good. Thank you for tagging everyone. Appreciate it.
No problem.
So anyways, we're starting off the stream talking about food. So what is going on, my frosty friends? My name is Wintercasice, and welcome to another Discord Dungeons & Dragons with the Solaires. Specifically with Tiny, Stray, Herma, and Well. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
I'm gonna die today.
I'm eating bacon with watermelon, okay? Can't get much better.
I don't know how more American that could be.
I know, right?
Do you have the flag in the background just blowing in the wind?
He has a gun.
It's on our carport.
Wow,
It's on our carport.
honestly, the gun in the background might be even more American. So sad.
We have both. We have both. We have a flag and guns.
Wow.
Is it a Confederate
I'm
flag?
American.
No, whoa,
Whoa.
too soon.
It's American. It's American.
Are you that American?
No. Screw off.
Good. Yipes.
However, fun history fact for you. Did you know that the Confederate flag that everybody refers to now wasn't actually the true Confederate flag? That was just a flag that they had towards the end of the Confederacy, and they used that for most representation. The truth is that wasn't actually the Confederate flag that flew during the time of the Civil War.
Oh, I didn't know that.
A fun historical fact.
Yeah.
With the history major.
Yes, I was a history major. These were the things I studied.
But you got that, did you, huh?
Yeah, you know, college dropout, you know. Hey, but I still I still learned a lot, and I still learn new stuff to this day. I mean, just the other day I found out that lemons are not actually were not naturally created. Those were artificially created.
Well, yeah.
Yep.
I actually did not know that.
Corn is another food that's like that. I mean, it has existed for like thousands of years, but in the past it wasn't quite like what. Anyways, we better get to the stream.
Yes. One last.
I'm not gonna get you guys.
Go ahead.
Whenever we were talking about like how I'm eating the most American meal and I have like all this American stuff going on, there was a firework that just went off after that.
Do 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 do.
Was it
Now
a
that's America. Now that's America.
Just reminds me of that Dingo Doodle video with Puffin Forrest when he was playing Call of Cthulhu. Just like the apple pie bonus. Just like only works if you're talking about America. America. Oh, anyways, not the point. But one last fun fact, just because I also like to talk about this too. Did you know that pink lemonade was originally created by a charlatan back in ye olden days?
Charlatan.
Yep. The creation of pink lemonade was originally done by a person who was making lemonade, and it ended up mixing lemons and water. But what he didn't realize was somebody was doing laundry, like cleaning their clothes in the river upstream, and so when he picked up the water was pink. So he advertised it as pink lemonade, and that was the creation.
Got people sick.
That was the creation of pink lemonade.
Right.
Little fun fact for everyone.
So that's why I don't like pink lemonade.
Hey, pink lemonade's delicious. A good raspberry lemonade is so good, and honestly, Longhorn Steakhouse has really good raspberry lemonade.
All right.
Anyways,
D&D time.
not sponsored by Longhorn Steakhouse. Anyways, let's go ahead and get back into some Dungeons and Dragons. Wouldn't you agree, guys?
Yes.
No.
Oh, well, okay.
Too
Good night,
bad.
guys. Stay frosty, my friends. Short stream. But anyways.
10 minutes?
Yeah, 10 minutes, not even. Last time on D&D. There was a baby crying.
I don't know why that made me laugh.
because it's adorable.
Cute
True,
Bloodborne.
true.
But anyways, the Solaires had, with some certain arbitrary number of sessions ago, arrived in the city of Makanali, and upon coming into the city, they have encountered friends, enemies, cults, and various other obstacles.
And killers.
Upon taking on some missions in Makanali, that you guys, the party of the Solaires, decided to take on the mission of trying to track down the cultists that were causing problems. Doing some snooping and asking some questions, you found out there were some abandoned houses outside of the city, closer to the forests that nobody wanted to live by. That once were owned by the Hush family. Upon arriving, you did realize very quickly that the houses were actually being used, and you did recognize the clothing that they were wearing, which was the cultists. Upon dealing with a cursed weapon, and then conquering that curse, killing cultists, taking on a hydra, and dealing with some of the leaders of this cult group, and then you guys found a cube that a certain member of the cult was trying to grab. One of your party members, the bard Blue, decided to grab it, and in doing so, accidentally activated it. After it was activated, it expanded. I just broke my keyboard. Sent it and sent the cultist and two members of your party, Blue the bard and Kazir the rogue, into what Kazir was able to recognize as the Exeter Desert, far south to where you guys were. Upon leaving the cult site, you were able to. The main party had to deal with a attacking force that was destroying the cult site, and where you recognize a very familiar clown that was destroying the place, as you recognize Garland, a rogue clown that was dealing with explosions and destroying the cult base. You guys chose to keep your distance, as most of you guys were tapped, and were making your way back to the city of Makanali, where upon getting there, you found a Cyclops attacking the city walls, dealing some significant damage to one of the outer walls. Garnan, deciding to be the brave one of the group, decided to walk up to that Cyclops and give him a piece of his mind. And in doing so, shamed the Cyclops so badly, the Cyclops hung his head in shame and walked away. I still fucking can't believe that worked.
That was so funny.
You lucky bastard. Upon getting into the city and talking to Mary and explaining to her what happened, and her messaging Blue constantly, she then decided to take you guys to see the mayors of Makanali. In the meantime, Blue and Kazir were dealing with the cultist, the last remaining one. Upon talking to her, you were able to find out what her name was. Her name was Symbol, and she apparently was a race that you guys were not familiar with. Upon talking with her more, she were able to find out that, oh my god, that's not the time. D&D time. Anyways, so apologies. Upon doing so, you guys found out that there was the reason why they knew who Blue and Kazir were because of an assassin named Rosara, who was trying to kill you. And she apparently was able to deduce your guys' identities. But you were able to find out that she was an assassin that was sent to find you. And you do know what her name is now, so that helps you. You spending some time with her, you formed a little bit of an alliance with her. It has boded well, as she's giving you information, and you've given her information. Upon traveling, you did north in the desert. You were able to find you were able to find, at least get to a safer section of the desert, an oasis. But before getting there, you bumped into a Yanti that was torturing a Thrycreen. Which, to anybody in the chat who doesn't know who that is, which there is nobody in chat, but that's okay. The Thrycreen are a group of ant folk that have 4 arms and typically are adapted to with some psionic powers and live in the desert typically. And Yanti are half man, half snake people. After disposing with Yanti and after Symbol cast tongues on Blue, Blue was able to speak with Yanti, who you found out his name was Scout. You were able to tell him about some stuff, and he was able to tell you about some stuff, and yep, that's the Thrycreen. They are dope-looking creatures that I would love to play one at some point. Their culture is very fascinating. You guys then took rest in the oasis underneath Symbol's barrier, her Liamon's tiny hut. But in her case, it's Symbol's tiny hut. Yeah, I said that. It's the Thrycreen. Oh, I apologize. Did I accidentally say talk to the auntie? My bad. I thought I said Thrycreen. Jeez, correcting me during the prologue. But anyways, you took shelter
Easily mixed up.
You took shelter underneath the Symbol's tiny hut for the night, and now we come back into the main party, as you guys are now being led by Mary to where the mirrors are. So. And by the main party, I am talking about Henrik, Garnan, Bimp, Knackle, Alosa, Philman, and Kark.
Kark.
Yep. I said Kark. Jeez.
Kark.
I'm sorry, Herma. I'm sorry, Herma. Am I stepping on your toes? Are you taking over the Dungeon Master role?
Kark.
Anyways. Ban him. Henrik, what do you want to do? I think this is a great idea. No, Henrik. Anyways, no. Considering I'm paying Adrian to do artwork of Henrik, I can't ban him.
Ban him anyways.
Casey.
Just.
She's asleep again.
Yes, she is.
Hey, wow.
It's
hey, wow.
It's like Henrik Vem.
Dude, can you not?
But anyways, now I need to pull up my notes here on my phone for my notes on Makanali.
We're off to see the wizard, the magical mayor of Oz.
Here we are. All right, so as the party is making their way through Makanali, you do end up having to go through the main district, the main shopping district of Makanali, which is known as... Apologies, my dudes.
Cutthroat Canyon.
No. There's a place. I can't... did I not write it down? I could have swore I did. Did I just call it? I guess I can just call it the main market square. Yeah, fair enough. I thought I had a name for it, but apparently I didn't. Apologies, I'm thinking of a different city.
No worries.
So you guys are making your way through the main market square to get there. However, Henrik, with your passive perception, you do notice there's a little bit of a commotion going on, a little bit off to the side from where the market square is. Doesn't appear to be too much going on over there, but if you want to roll a perception check or anything, you certainly can.
Can I do an investigation check to see what's going on?
If you do an investigation check, you are choosing to leave the party to go investigate. But a perception check is
Sure.
but perception is you just looking over there.
I'll go with perception. I'll just do a quick little glance.
It's a 5.
5.
But
I probably should have done investigation.
probably, but either way, 5. You notice there are some people moving. There seems to be a little bit of excitement, not in a good way, and it seems, based on what you know of the city, seems to be coming in the direction of the Scorched Hornet.
You guys keep going with Mary. I'll be back in a sec. I'm gonna go check this out.
Mary looks over to you. Where are you going?
Just to check out. I saw something shiny over here. I'll be back.
There's something shiny over there. Good excuse. All right. So everybody just gonna continue following Mary while Henrik goes to investigate.
Yes.
All right. The party continues on. Henrik, upon getting closer, you do see a bunch of guards moving around the Scorched Hornet. You notice that there are some broken windows. And you do see that they are currently carrying what appears to be a body on a carrier with a blanket over them.
Is the figure female?
You can't necessarily tell right offhand. I just see Tiny's comments.
I'm going to approach one of the guards.
All right, you do so.
What happened here? Did this get caught up in the aftermath of the Cyclops thing?
Oh, who are you?
I'm Henrik, wandering merchant. I work with an adventuring group, and if there's any way to help, I'd be happy to.
Roll a persuasion check.
Birthday inspiration to
Well, I
give
mean,
myself
no. You don't have to do that. But I say 12 is high enough. This isn't like you're not like trying to convince them like give me all the details. You're just a citizen who seems concerned. I don't want you to have to waste your birthday inspiration on this.
Oh.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not when you passed it. I as a dungeon master, I in good conscience couldn't.
I didn't realize it was a mutant.
It's all good. But the guard looks at you and goes, "All right. Yeah, there was a break-in apparently. Fortunately, the owner wasn't in yet. It was her assistant that was inside. Unfortunately, he didn't make it. But apparently, identity was a female. She appeared to be injured. She broke in and stole several items. We didn't get an identity, but all we can tell was from passersby is as soon as she got what she needed, she magically disappeared.
Do you mind if I check out the building? I'm an artificer by trade, so magic's kind of my thing. If you wouldn't mind.
Do you have anything to prove that you're part of the guild? You would know as an artificer. You do have a certificate that you are a member of the guild.
Yes, I'll show my.
It's like a card, like a magic card.
I show him my business card.
You show him the card, which does have obviously it does have your name and everything. It's how you would advertise yourself, and also you are a member of the guild, so you would the card is a representation of that. If it was Michelle, oh my god, I rolled for it. The dice favored her today.
Okay.
No, her assistant, on the other hand, did not make it very. Why you're blue? Look, man, you made friends with the owner of the magic shop. Oh my
You were
god.
a stinky ass cat, Eva.
Anyways, my precious little boy. Anyways, you show him the card. He does recognize the symbol of the Artificer's Guild, and he goes, all right, but no funny business. We do know we did take stock of everything that's in there, and we don't need anything stolen.
Of course.
He does step aside and allow you to go in.
Okay, I'm going to take my run along the place for any magical traces that are foreign. Sure.
Roll me an investigation check. Don't
Okay.
keep kicking a dead horse. Jeez. So he's acting like I'm a monster or something.
Birthday inspiration on this.
Huh? If you want to use your birthday inspiration.
That's
Speaking
not
of
any better.
birthdays, just a little hint drop. May 10th.
Oofta. But
One point.
We didn't roll for the session, by the way.
that is true, you guys didn't. None that I saw. But anyways. With your investigation check, the first thing you notice, the room is a mess. Like, things were opened up and thrown about. There are broken concoctions. You look over at over some of the ingredients that got mixed up and everything, and you're a little worried.
Witcher.
Yes.
Witcher. I'd like to use my reaction to use Flash of Genius and give myself a +4 to that roll.
A plus what?
A +4 to that roll. So that's a 17 on investigation.
17. Fair enough. I will allow that. But yeah, basically, first thing you notice is that some of those ingredients that are on the floor, you're a little worried. If they were just a little bit closer, this place could have been up in flames rather than just looking like a mess. You look around. You notice one of the first things you notice is that there are magic bullet holes in the wall. Obviously, a gun was fired. Probably one of the first signs of combat you see, but you also see signs of blades, and not too much other than that. I mean, it just kind of looked like there was a scuffle, a bit of a fight, and it looks like the place was kind of ransacked. Are you investigating all the rooms, including the back room, or?
Yes.
So you're going to the back room.
Mm-hmm.
Upon going to the back room, carefully. Did you want to check for traps or anything like that? If you wanted to move carefully, or?
Yeah, I'll look. I'm looking for traps.
In that case, roll an investigation check for this.
11.
Wow, the dice
Jesus
are not favoring
Dice
you
are
right
not
now.
my favorite.
Golden luck is returning.
Oh God, I hope not. Mora does not need
I
that.
do. I want it off of me.
Yeah, Garnet hasn't been rolling well either. But with an 11, it doesn't appear to be any traps in here. It looks like there was some foot traffic, as in the guards probably came through here. However, as I'll keep the 18 for the investigation as you're looking around, the 11 for traps. But upon looking around, you do notice that there is a little bit of a vault that you would assume is probably where they kept magical items. It is empty. Whoever came through here, they took everything. There doesn't seem to be any potions or anything like that. Somebody cleaned this room out. And yes, Tiny, that also means that that sniper that she had is also gone.
Going to investigate the safe. See what kind of, if it was a magical safe that had like any sort of arcane locks on.
Absolutely. In this case, if you're looking for magic, roll an Arcana check.
Okay. Natural 20.
There we go. Upon investigating this safe, you do realize that yes, this is a magic safe. It does have a magic lock on it that you do need to know either a specific phrase or a way to dispel it in order to get into it. Upon
natural 20, difficult it is to spell it.
it would have taken a level 5 dispel in order to dispel it. It was a good lock. However, it does look like the glyph that's on there does not seem dispelled. So which means somebody opened it. Somebody who knew the phrase or knew what they needed to do in order to open it. But
Or maybe it was forced by.
quite possibly. What the? Why? No. Apologies.
I'd like to investigate the lock and see if it was forced or like.
I would say with the you know what? Go ahead. Roll an investigation.
Okay.
She wouldn't use it. She's a rogue, or would she?
18?
18. The lock itself does not seem jimmied. Everything seems to be intact with this safe. Like, doesn't seem like anything was forced or broken. Based on that investigation check, you could deduce that this was opened naturally. Somebody had access to this to open it up. And with that high of an investigation, there's an inkling that maybe this person waited until after the safe was opened. But there's no guarantee of what exactly happened, but you do recognize that the safe was not forcibly opened. It seemed to be naturally open.
Okay, now I'm going to look and see. I'm going to try to find, deduce where they came in from.
All right. Let's say I would say you can keep the 18 for your investigation. With that, you would be able to deduce that either she came in through the front door or she came through a window. But it does not appear to be there. But unfortunately there's just too much foot traffic and there's too much damage to the interior to determine whether or not she busted through a window or she kicked the door down or snuck in through the door or opened a window. There's just too much damage. But according to what the guard said, to your knowledge, the people who witnessed what happened apparently commented that as soon as people were showing up to help, she just vanished.
So she either cast the dimension door, or she used some other Disintegration spell.
And she was,
Or magic item.
and the person was identified as a female.
I don't assume her race was identified.
Unfortunately, as far as the guard knows, the race was not identified. All he got was female, hood was up apparently, and vanished. But yes, that is your crime scene deduction.
So I guess my investigation quickly done.
Apologies, my baby girl is staring at me. Why are you just staring at me? Are you gonna smile at me at least? You gonna give Dad a smile? That'd make Dad happy. No, you're just gonna look at me surprised.
Oh, I'm gonna go outside.
Yes.
If there's any guards there, I'm gonna ask him if he heard a gunshot.
There are still guards outside. They haven't moved, except for the guards that are currently moving the body.
Did you happen to hear a gunshot at the time of this incident?
There were some gunshots, yes. According to some people that were around the area, they heard some firing. We're not really used to firearms. At least that's what they're called. But supposedly, yes. We heard some loud bangs, and as soon as we did, us guards came running. But by the time we appeared and got the door open, she looked to us and vanished.
So they're probably not tied to the cultist either, because if they were, they probably would have the Stone of Silence. They could.
We're not exactly sure exactly how it happened, or if they're related to the cultist. This isn't really a cultist MO, but whoever this female is, she was at least good enough to get in without anybody noticing, and she accomplished her goal of stealing things. But unfortunately, we have a bunch of unreliable witnesses who didn't really see anything. And the guards that rushed up on the scene, we barely got a view of her before she vanished. The only thing that we noticed was that her hood was up. She looked injured. She looked hurt. And then she just vanished. Just gone.
What about the assistant? Was he a mage of any caliber?
He was a mage, yes. Still not really as high as the owner, which she was looked through his notes. Michelle, she's the owner and proprietor. This assistant, I believe his name is Jefferson. I think that's his name. Not really sure. My paperwork's not updated. But supposedly he is a very novice wizard who was still learning the trade. Michelle wasn't due to come in until later, as she is currently working on a project, supposedly. But if you do know anything, or if you do know anything about this individual, or might be able to track anything down, all information would be very useful, not just to us, but to the clerics and paladins of the city, who could find a way to maybe use some clairvoyance to find her.
Can I do like another investigation for traps of any caliber?
Is there a specific place you're looking, or?
How about the room? In the room where the vault was, where she stole all the stuff.
You did check that room for traps when you entered, and you were able to verify with your. It was a low roll, but based on what you could tell, there was no traps in there. Did you want to check the rest of the place just to make sure?
I don't have a beard, which really sucks. Okay.
But yeah, you did check the room that you were in, and based on what you could tell with the once over, there didn't appear to be any traps. And of course, if you want to roll an investigation for the rest of the place just to make sure there aren't any traps, you certainly can.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead.
All right, roll an investigation.
20.
You do a once over. When really taking your time to look around, there doesn't appear to be any like mechanism traps. However, you do notice something, and it's only with your alchemy that you know this. When I commented about the chemicals being very close together, you do notice that the liquids of these chemicals are slowly coming together, trickling down. These chemicals, which I don't know like specifics, unfortunately, because I'm not that intelligent. IRL, I'm not that intelligent. But these two, there are chemicals that if they were to mix, they would have an alchemical reaction that would start a flame that would light the wooden building on fire.
So basically, like alchemist flame, like an alchemist flask.
Yeah, basically, very similar to that, except for these containers are broken, but they are slowly trickling. Almost as if this person knew that with a little bit of time, the building would light ablaze.
Can I try to plug up the holes?
I would say with your alchemical training, you easily you just pull out some of your dissolvent and everything, and just very quickly clean up the trickle to prevent them from connecting, and then you just grab the containers and just separate them out to make sure that they don't spill any further. I won't even make
quick investigation.
absolutely. I wouldn't even make you roll for that because of the fact that your character would know what these are. But as far as knowing what these are, roll me a intelligence check with advantage because this is your field of study.
Just straight intelligence.
Straight intelligence.
Okay, that is a 22.
With your 22, yeah, you could tell that this is, oh gosh. Again, I'm trying to remember what the ingredients are. It's been a while since science class. Basically, these are
hydrochloric acid.
no, not quite. This is these are yada yada yada, yeah, exactly. Basically, what you can tell about these two ingredients is that these are two innocent looking, non like skeptic looking chemicals that a normal person, especially a guard or somebody who isn't in the field of magic, would just kind of scoff at and just go like, they're just two liquids, no big deal. However, you, as an alchemist and a practitioner of magic, you would recognize that these chemicals, if they were to start making in contact, they would lead to bad things, specifically causing some sparks that would lead to the building lighting ablaze. But as far as what they are, they appear to just be common items that would lead to this. So nothing that would be difficult to discern or find.
Okay.
Other than that, though, the building itself seems to be perfectly fine. There doesn't seem to be any other traps or anything that's set to cause any problems. But I will say also with that 22, you would say that whoever did that, it's intelligent. They knew what they were doing. This wasn't an accident. They accidentally broke these two specific bottles. You would know as a practitioner of magic, a good wizard or anybody who knows how these chemicals work would never keep these chemicals close to each other. So this is somebody who knew what they were doing and wanted to make it look like it was an accident. Someone was trying to cover up their tracks. Not well, but was trying to.
I see. So with the gun, and then the gunshot was in the first room before the vault was, right?
Yes, there are bullet holes in the wall, which, upon closer inspection with your investigation check, you would have noticed that the holes in the wall are pretty well burned into the wood. But it's magical.
No.
But it's magical fire, so it doesn't. So it didn't light the place on. It didn't light the place ablaze.
Oh, come on, cat.
Can I do a quick investigation to see the caliber, when the gun shot it?
Yes.
Thunder?
You're an artificer. You're trained with guns. Just roll an Arcana check.
Thunder.
That is a 25.
25. Upon inspecting the bullet holes and everything, you would know that these are not traditional bullets. You could tell that the bullets are very similar to your light shot ammo. But basically they're magic, so they're not they're not actual manifested bullets. Someone didn't load up and shoot. These were magically shot bullets that were created. And you would also could tell, based on how high your Arcana check was, that the bullets were made similarly to how the spell Magic Missile works.
So, like, scorching, right?
Exactly. Whoever shot these, unfortunately, they did not hit their mark. Or at least none that you can tell. You weren't here to see what happened to the person who might have got hit. Oh, actually,
I'm gonna go shut off that light.
okay. The other thing to comment with your high investigation check would be that there is a lot of blood behind the counter. Oh, you would assume that's where the person died, and there are droplets of blood. There, I'm about to say, and there are droplets of blood in the main area of the store, but nowhere near as much as like a load of blood that is behind the counter.
I see it.
So the blood that's on the out in the open area of the store could be the guys that was murdered, or it could have been the person who was doing the robbing. No way to guarantee. Jefferson. Anything else you'd like to check while you're here?
Don't think there's much more I can check.
All right. So leaving the place for now, anyways.
Yeah.
Unless you had any more questions for the guards.
It did happen last night. We got killed.
This didn't happen last night. This apparently happened today.
Oh, today. Okay.
Apparently this happened
So it happened
like not even that long
in the middle of the day?
Yeah, not even that long ago. Like talking to the guards, they let you know that this happened at least an hour ago.
So they did it in the middle of the day. They're short on time. Really had for some reason.
It's apparently a hooded figure who looked injured, was snuck into the place, attacked the assistant that was running the shop, killed him, and then stole all of their magical equipment. However, they didn't get a good look at her face. All they could tell was from her figure that she was feminine. They could not.
If I had to guess, this is someone from the Thieves Guild.
Quite possibly. Talking to the guard, he comments, unfortunately, we don't really know who. They weren't wearing anything, at least nothing that we could see that identified them. But we didn't really even get a look at her face. She wore a pretty deep cowled hood. So the only thing we could tell. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna roll something for the guard. All right, go guard. Apparently he was doing his job today. Actually, there is one thing that we were able to learn about this person. We really couldn't tell much about her, but based on the injuries on the assistant, we can tell that the person killed him with a dagger, but the wound wasn't just a cut. There was some semblance of damage done to the throat where it was slashed. We really can't make out the damage. It kind of looks like fire, but it's not fire. Like, you're an artificer, so you know what I'm talking about. It like his neck. There was some burning to his esophagus, but it wasn't fire or even arcane fire, but something along those lines.
Do you mind if I look at the body?
Absolutely. They pull you to an area where they've obviously there's a circle around the body. You move the cover, the sheet that they have over this person.
Yep.
All right, you
See it.
You pull the sheet. You pull the sheet, and you see what appears to be a human man, roughly about 20, 21 years old, a very young dude. He apparently he has some bruises on his. He has a bruise on his face, a couple bruises on his chest. You see some stab marks on his chest, but you see one really bad gash on his neck. Roll me a medicine check.
Okay, Madison's wisdom, right?
What's up? Medicine is wisdom.
22.
Apparently you got your Wheaties in today, as you're
Flash of genius.
Yeah.
I'm making that a 26.
You take a look at this body, and yeah, no, this has definitely been hit by some magic. With that high of a roll, yes, you can identify that you can see the burn marks and everything that the guard was referencing, but he was right. This isn't fire. Like, fire didn't do this. If this was fire, then the singes would be a bit darker, and they would show semblance of burning. But this appears to be more. This appears to be done by radiance. Like, this was a radiant damage that was done to cause this. And with that high of a roll, you do recognize the kind of damage this dagger does, as you've seen it happen to your own friends, quote unquote. This is
and me.
Yes, this reminds you very much of the mark that you had on your body. This was the same. These are the same kind of wounds that the assassin used on you.
Was Rick able to get a good look at the assassin that was attacked?
Are you talking?
He wasn't attacked by the assassin. The rogue back in the compound.
Yes, and the rogue was the assassin.
And was he able to get a good look at her?
Yes,
Or
you were pretty close. She got up in your face, and she was not hiding herself as she was attacking you. Upon seeing her, you noticed that her mask was a bit different from the others. The markings and everything on her mask only really hid half of her face. She had some semblance of tattoos on her face, but nothing to really. Unfortunately, you weren't focused on her at the moment, so you don't recollect what those markings were. However, you do, based on the description that the guard gave her and gave you, and then on your recollection of what she was wearing and everything as you were combating her, they do line up very similarly. However, now that you're really thinking about it, it does add up that this person apparently was injured when they came to rob this store. So that could lead more into the detail of this person probably was in a fight today and was probably acting out of desperation to get some items. Maybe even some healing potions to heal up from some damage. And then she teleported out, which, based on what you saw with your friend Kazir and everything, you watched as this person disappeared.
Okay. So now, I've made some deductions, and I have an idea of who this is, but it's going to take a lot to track her. I have a meeting with the mayor. I bid you farewell.
Absolutely. You can let the mayor know that we've already surrounded the area and taken care of witnesses getting statements, and unfortunately the Scorched Hornet will be closed for some time. The proprietor is going to have to take some time to take some evaluation and look at what she's going to need to do to restock, as unfortunately she did lose a lot of her major items, and because of the damages to some of her chemicals and everything, it's going to take her some time to restock. Fortunately, she did apparently sign up for some insurance from one of the local businesses. They're fortunately going to pay for some of the damages and get everything up and running again. Very fortunate she spent the extra gold every month to get it.
Just so we're clear, I've been speaking to the same guard each time, right?
Yes.
Okay.
He has been keeping
Mind
a
if I
close
get
eye
your
on
name?
you. Yes. My name is. Looking through my notes. It would be. Yes. My name is. Because guards don't necessarily have a little ranking system, but he is one of the. He's one of the group leaders of groups. So I'm gonna say, Officer Dedrick. Dedric. Dedrick. Yep.
It's a neat name.
Yes, Officer Dedrick. Guards don't exactly have a title, but his position is that he's slightly above the other guards, but he's not like a captain. Because there's only one captain of the guard.
Well, you seem to have your shit together. I'll be going now.
Absolutely, civilian. Apologies. I didn't catch your name, Henrik?
Henrik Bluethorn.
Pleasure.
Traveling artificer. I'm going to be in town for.
A pleasure to meet you, and appreciate your assistance in this matter. All details that you give will further the investigation, and we can get some people using some clairvoyance to see if we can track her down.
Currently traveling with a group called the Roars of the Dawn. If you have any pressing matters, be sure to talk to me.
Absolutely. We will, if we need any further information or any assistance, we will look for the Roars of the Dawn. And I assume from there you head off?
Yes, I'm going to go back and catch up with the group.
Okay. So while you're doing that, and it's going to take you some time, I'm going to assume that you look around. I assume you just because you spent quite a bit of time investigating and looking at this place. They're like long gone, so I assume you just talk to some civilians and find out where the mayor's office is.
Well, Henrik's he's not exactly new to the town, so I think he might know where the mayor's office is.
He probably has a very vague idea, but he's never had a reason to go there. So I would assume he still needs to ask, like, just, hey, which building is it?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and ask around and basically ask which building the mayor's office is, and just wait for them there.
It doesn't take you too long. You end up finding it.
Okay.
All right. Anywho's. All right. Here we go. So for the rest of the party,
It's okay, baby.
Garnan, Bimp, Karik, Filman, and Losa. Mary escorts you through the streets It takes some time, roughly about 15-20 minutes of walking, but you do eventually get to what appears to be a moderately sized building with there's a little bit of a dome over it, like a circle-ish roof, and then two branching parts that kind of open out. And there is an entrance right in the front, but it's nothing that looks like super fancy, but there's some regal qualities to it. Mary looks to you all and goes, all right, once we enter, I need you all to be on your best behavior. I am your representative in this case, and I don't need the mayors getting upset about it. Blue met a mayor. He didn't meet mayors. And but I assume the majority of the party just kind of nods their head going, we understand. And Kark's just like, yes, sir. You guys are led into this building, and once you get to the inside, it's a quaint place. It looks quite clean and well taken care of. You're in a reception area. You're in a reception area where there's a couple of couches and some chairs and a desk sitting not too far away from a door. In the desk, you do see a female human who appears to be working on some paperwork as you enter. Yes. Mary, a pleasure to see you again. Hello, Trishara. I'm about to say, would you happen to know if Mayor Daldier and Mayor Gauntlets are in? Yes, they're currently just going over some local town business. I assume you need to speak with them? Yes, I do. As soon as possible. I have a group of friends with me. They actually took care of our problem earlier, with the giant Cyclops trying to knock down our wall. Oh goodness. You shut your mouth, Welf.
Garnan gives a smirk.
But Mary looks to you and goes, I need you guys to stay here. I'm gonna go in and have a quick word with the mayors. Let them know that you're coming in with me. And with that, she goes with Trishara, which, in case anybody needs to know how to spell that, it's literally Trish and then Ara. So you guys are currently in a sitting room. 10 minutes go by.
Is Henrik in the sitting room?
20 minutes go by. 25 minutes go by, and then you watch as Henrik has now rejoined the party.
Oh, okay.
You see, you walk into the mayor's building, and you do see your friends all sitting around. Garnan probably looking a little impatient. Alosa seems...
He doesn't look impatient. He looks uneasy.
That's fair. Alosa seems alright with what's going on, but she's just kind of petting Jiren.
Garnan is Jiren.
Karik is apparently fascinated with his blade right now.
Really?
And Philman seems just relaxed. Almost like he almost looks like he's gonna fall asleep. And Bimp is probably just reading her book, waiting to get news on what's going on.
Henrik is just gonna sit down somewhere and start reading.
99 bottles of beer on the wall. After another 5-10 minutes, you do see Mary and Trishara come back out. And Mary looks to you all. Alright, I need you guys to come with me.
Yeah.
I assume you all rise and follow?
Nah.
I don't feel like it.
Garnan's going to be the last one
Okay.
to go in.
Fair enough. Everybody else get...
In that case,
He's going to go ahead
the
and
first.
say that as well.
Alright, Henrik leads the charge. I assume Bim's probably right behind him.
Just like a dungeon crawl leading the charge. Hurrah!
Right. Philman is gonna follow behind as he's one of the odd ones out. Karik seems to have his hood up as he feels a little uncomfortable. Alosa seems perfectly fine. However, Garnan, since you're right next to her, you see that she tucks her athame just a little bit more into place so that it's not noticeable. And then right behind the party, Garnan, who's just loud footsteps behind. So you guys are led down a hall taking a right and then another left until you see a large, wide. Puts the Athman to Garnet's side. Shh. Death. You guys, Mary leads you to this large set of double doors. Pretty large, actually. Garnet, even for you, these doors are pretty large. As she pulls the doors open, you do see a pretty decent sized room. Probably roughly the size of like a gym auditorium. It's filled to the brim with books of all shapes and sizes, and you see various different tables set up and different it's like a bunch of rooms were put into one big room. But you do see off to the side 2 desks. They're just kind of they're facing each other, and you see two gentlemen currently talking with each other. As Mary leads you closer, you see that the human appears to be in his mid-30s. He has a longish brown hair, but he seems to be balding a little bit in the front. And he is currently talking about some of the humans. If you happen to listen in on some of the conversation, they're apparently discussing some business of trying to get the humans a little bit more inclusive with some of what the orcs and gnolls are doing. And then you see that the person they're talking to is what appears to be a full-blooded orc. Based on what you can tell, he also appears to be in his mid-30s, from what you can tell, maybe late 30s. He has long black hair that has been tied up into a ponytail, and he is agreeing with him, the human, saying that there should be some more interactions there. Trying to increase the connection and maybe kind of take down some barriers and helping kind of establish a connection. As you get in, they both go quiet and look towards you, and Mary kind of gives us a very low bow and goes, apologies. Mayor, she turns to the human, Mayor Daldir, and turns to the orc, Mayor Golmtis. These are my friends, members of the Roars of the Dawn. She looks to you guys to introduce yourselves.
Henrik Bluethorn, traveling artificer, pulls out the card just to make sure that they know that I'm official artificer.
Daldir leans in, kind of looks at you, and goes, yes, that would indeed be the symbol of the Artificer Guild. A pleasure to see somebody of higher intellect coming into our location. Golmtis,
I'm not the only smart one here.
Golmtis doesn't seem super impressed, but he kind of looks at you and goes, indeed, that I'm new to the worlds of artificers, as you would call them, and being from an orc tribe, forgive my ignorance. I'm not exactly knowledgeable on how your study of magical artifacts.
Oh, it's completely fine. We have different upbringings and different ways of life. It's completely normal.
Golmtis looks over to Daldir. I do like this one. They look over to Bimp. I assume you introduce yourself as Bimp, or?
Bimp Nutton. Bimp Nutton.
Full name here.
Stumble.knap.
Okay. And they curtsy to you as well. Freaking Karik just walks up and goes, my name is Karik. Right, that's my name.
Pat on the back.
Intelligence of 6. You're lucky his shoes are on the right feet. Philman kind of walks up and goes, kind of gives Karik a little bit of a side eye. I say, actually, I gotta pull up his, because I gotta call him by his proper name, because he would go by his proper name. Zarek. Apologies, I don't have, if I tried to memorize every single name, it would drive me up a wall.
Oh, it's fine, it's fine.
Pardon me, sirs. The name is Zarek. A pleasure to meet you. And then Alosa kind of just gives a little bit of a curtsy bow and goes, my name is Alosa. And she just kind of takes a step back as she really feels a little out of place. And then they
To be honest, we should probably all feel out of place.
just a little bit, I assume that.
Considering human orc.
Gauntlets looks over to Garnan. Now you look like somebody that I'm familiar with.
Does Garnet know him?
Roll a history check.
I think history's a
Flash of genius. You get a +3. I already added this -1, so yeah, +3, so that's a 19.
Can you do that on other people?
Yes, I can do it to anyone 4 times a day.
Wow, fair enough. Garnan, you do recognize this name. Gauntlets. He used to be... supposedly, he used to, at least according to reputation, he used to be a orc gang leader. Apparently, a former member of the Ulnuk that tried to take over the clan by force, as they were a person who was tired of the constant wars and the constant violence, and actually successfully killed the former leader of the Ulnuk before the Tanaruk took over. This was a really big deal, especially in the criminal backgrounds of the world, as this left a lot of connections severed and caused a lot of problems. You don't remember meeting him personally, but this is the kind of person that's kind of hard to forget about. Especially even being an orc, it's kind of hard to miss this kind of person. But Garnan, upon him standing up, he is taller than you, and he is a bulky motherfucker, but he is dressed in a suit.
Name's Garnet.
A pleasure to meet you. I am Gauntlets, Mayor Gauntlets. He extends a hand.
Garnet takes him by the forearm. I do milk.
Roll me a strength check. So 12.
Flash of genius.
Would
I'm using the last one today.
that work on a strength check?
16.
Would that work on a strength check?
Any ability check or saving throw.
Wow. Fair enough. Well, 16. That gives you enough to to not get your hand crushed, as he rolled a 23. His grip is strong. This is a man who this is a person who has worked his entire life. He is basically, if you've ever shook hands with a carpenter, you would know exactly how this handshake feels. Like, this is a person.
Say that like I leave the house enough to shake hands with a carpenter.
Fuck you. I actually, if I had to be a comparison, it's like when I shook hands with former TNA wrestler Big Supermax Hernandez. Real story. I actually didn't meet him, and I did shake hands with him, and he nearly crushed my hand.
Artificer's broken.
A little. But anyways, but yeah, Garnan, this person does have a very strong handshake, and thanks to your friend, he didn't crush your hand.
Henrik just shows me a mirror like, yeah, you're so smart, man.
Yeah, just like, got your back, bro. but you do
That
see.
was my last use.
But Gauntlets looks at you and goes, "That's a very firm grip. You obviously use that weapon of yours," as he indicates to your weapon that you have on your back.
Garnet nods. His hood is still up, by the way. Garnet nods, and his hood is still up.
Fair enough. So, you do see down here kind of the human stand up. He appears to be about roughly about 5'7". He's not super tall. He's not overweight or anything, but he doesn't appear to have he's not like packing muscle. He's like your standard person that looks like they would be like working in an office. Where he wears a pair of glasses that he has. They don't appear to be regular glasses, appear to be reading glasses. And he looks to you all and goes, so Mary informed us exactly of some of the things that happened. There are some details that seem a little off. Mr. Garnan, according to Mary, you talked the Cyclops away?
That is correct.
Okay, and for my records, because I have to write all of this out and keep track of it. How?
Well, I scolded him.
Have you seen his arms?
He said he hasn't. He said you guys attacked him first. I knew he was lying, so I scolded him. He left.
Roll a persuasion check.
He has been getting along with our bard friend.
Natural one.
Oh boy.
I would say with advantage because Mary is backing you up.
Okay.
You just say it while you're smirking internally, so she kind of nudges your ribs to kind of go like, "Be serious."
Should I use my Cyclops inspiration on this?
That's up to you, but I mean, what is that? 9?
That's 10.
10? Okay. He kind of looks at Daldir kind of looks at you and goes, "Right. Okay. Well, I'll make sure that's in my records. So, according to Mary, you guys successfully took care of the cultists that were attacking our city?
As well as a Hydra, yes.
Hydra, you say? I would assume you would bring some kind of proof that you killed a Hydra.
Garnet pulls out the big tooth from his
Henrik reaches as Garnet goes for his back. Henrik goes for his back, and he pulls out an eye of the Hydra.
So Garnet pulls out a massive tooth,
and then Henrik pulls out a massive eye.
You see the man look at the items and goes, "Oh my," as he puts his glasses up and looks at the eyeball.
Indeed, wow, very rare and in such good shape too. The stock seems to be good. All the veins are still intact. This could definitely be used in some alchemical potions and. Oh, apologies. I was originally an alchemist by trade before I got into the world of politics.
You don't say. Well then, my friend, you and I share something in common.
Oh, you have an alchemical mind. Oh, that's fascinating. I would love to pick your brain. You hear Gauntlets go, Dahlia, we need to stay focused on the task at hand. Oh, right. Another time. But anyways, so according to everything, Mary, you took care of the Cyclops and got him to leave. And you took care of our cultist problem. Did you kill all of them?
About that. I'm sure you've heard of what happened to the Scorched Hornet.
Unfortunately, no. Did something happen?
I see the report has a. Well, on my way here, I noticed a bit of commotion going on the streets, and so I decided to investigate. After a fairly decent amount of time investigating, I have concluded, from what the guards told me, there was a break-in, and well, the person who broke in was the one that got away.
Apologies. The one that got away?
Yes. So while we were on our cultist killing escapades, we came across a lady who wielded some knives. Fascinating, really. She was a major pain in my rear end. She was quite skilled. She knew how to bend some holy magic into her dagger throws. And we almost killed her. We almost did. Then she out of existence and teleported away. And so, from what my theory is, she teleported away, came here, attacked the Scorched Hornet in search of any supplies to help her kill us, such as healing potions, magic supplies, and anything like that. And now she is on the run. And we have two friends who would really enjoy it if we.
Apologies, repeat that last part.
We have two friends who would really appreciate it.
I see. And which of your two friends are you referring to? Is he looking around the room?
They are out celebrating their victory.
Mary gives you the side eye.
Out in the Exeter Desert.
Gauntlets stands up, kind of speaks up. Apologies. The Exeter Desert, far to the south.
Oh, my bad. Far to the south. Yes. There was a queue that was originally, from my deductions, I assume that was originally going to our Artificer Guild for inspection from the ruins of, what was the town again?
The ruins of, hold on a second, pull up my map real fast. I don't have everything memorized. I wish I did. Hold on, 2 seconds. The Tamworth ruins.
From the Tamworth ruins, we had received a very experimental magic item, to say the least.
Yes, I believe I read about that somewhere. I believe they were talking about some ancient relics that they pulled forward from one of the ruins. Supposedly, it had some illithid ties.
Well read. So it got transported to our Artificer Guild intact, I suppose, but these cultists, I believe, to have stolen it. And we had and our friend Blue the Bard, he put his hand on it from what my friend Garnan here said, and he was teleported to the Exeter Desert. We only figured this out because he messaged our loving wizard to my left.
When Henrik calls Garnan his friend, he's going to eyebrow at him.
Hold on one second. I'm going to roll some dice. With his intelligence? All right.
When you say Blue, are you referring to Mr. Blue Ward?
Yes, Blue Ward. I'm sure you've heard of him.
Yes, I do recall. As he looks over to Mary, that was your boyfriend. And Mary just gives him the meanest stare and just goes, "No, he is a boy and he is my friend, but not my boyfriend. I am married to God, thank you."
Jeez, Dad.
Daldir just kind of goes,
Right, whatever you say, children these days. But anyways.
Yes, I saw that report, Abby. I know, that's crazy to think about in May, okay? Apologies, Abby's showing me a thing of a blizzard that made its way through Canada and into North Dakota and a couple other states. Blizzards in frickin' May.
Only out west, but only out west.
Anyways, you're just like,
Whatever you say, young people, I swear. Anyways, yes, I do recall Blue Ward. A charming fellow, really knew how to play a lute. Believe he was recovering from an incident.
And Gollum just kind of speaks up and goes, "Unfortunately, yes, he was dealing with some problems. You were informed. I was informed about this. With the Ulnuk. Most of them were, how do I say this? Brutally killed by my group's hands. We don't need those rabble-rousers causing problems. But anyways, so this blue fellow, Blue Ward, him and another friend were teleported to the Exeter Desert. Am I following that correctly?
Yes. You might not have heard of him. He likes to keep his head low. He doesn't poke around too much. His name is Kazir. He is a Tabaxi fellow.
Tabaxi. So, is he from Uskar? Maybe he knows the desert well.
I assume he's from Uskar. I don't know too much about him.
Interesting. Why do those names sound familiar? It'll come to me. You see Daldir kind of speak up and go,
I'm trying to think. Right. I believe I read something about Kazir. Actually, Garnan also sounds familiar.
Henrik is kind of sweating. They're popular adventurers. They've been traveling around. They've done some good deeds here and there, but they're looking up to the Solaire faction that is currently wanted by the Tanaruk.
Right. Yes, there is a group called the Solaires. Yes, they're wanted in the Empire capital. That's right. Hold on. I actually have some papers on that. Hold on one second. As he reaches into his desk, and you just hear him reaching around some papers.
Although I'm sure it's just a coincidence. I'm sure.
Let's see here. Yes. A group of 9 adventurers called the Solaires. Apparently, they're wanted by the Tanaruk. Don't even want to open that can of worms. Freaking goddamn. Anyways, let's see here.
While we're on the topic,
actually,
what are your views on the Tanaruk?
You see as he's doing his paperwork, and he kind of looks up at you. Well, by a political standpoint, I'm supposed to say that he is the almighty leader of the Empire and trying to do good amongst our people, but realistically, he is a brute and a wannabe emperor. But personally, I think he is. Without the Rook and without the Voodoo Rook, personally, I feel like he would be a tyrannical leader. And Gauntlets kind of speaks up, though it would be blasphemous to talk about that in public. I wouldn't recommend it. But anyways, yes, I have the paperwork right here. For the Empire capital of Adrase. Yes, according to this, 9 individuals named Garnan, Karik, Filman, Kazir, Blue, Skulven, and Alosa, and Bimp and Knackle. He looks up at your group.
They're doppelgangers, I swear.
roll a bluff check. Deception.
Can I give him advantage?
Yes, I'll let you give him advantage.
Crap. Tiny, give us a part of inspiration.
16.
16?
16.
Yeah, no. His
Fuck.
His intelligence is too high. He looks at you and goes, "Well, this seems to be a bit of a predicament. You hear Gauntlets speak up. You're wanted for helping that city, Melbourne, correct?"
Yep.
Garnet
Yes.
rolls his eyes and nods.
You're fine. We're not gonna arrest you for helping people. You see him sit down at his desk. Doing my best to try to give orcs a good name and give them a good leader that could be a good representative to the humans. The Rook, at least that's what he likes to call himself, is not a good representation of what we're trying to do for our people. And you see Daldir kind of adjusts his spectacles. I do agree. Gauntlets does make a very valid point. We're not here to... We're here to help people and try to bring a connection and break down some walls between some of the different races that do have problems, especially between humans and orcs. This is just childish nonsense to continuously fight for no gosh darn good reason. I mean, you of all people would understand what we're talking about as he looks over to Garnan and over to Karik.
I wasn't paying attention. What? Sorry.
Basically, Daldir went on a bit of a spiel about how they're trying to break down racial tensions between orcs and humans, and trying to prevent further conflict. And so he looks over to you and to Karik, and basically says, "You guys understand what we're trying to do." And you, Garnan, you would know that tensions have always been a little high between the people of your country and the people of Atharia. I mean, furbolgs are descendants of giants.
Yep.
And I don't think I need to tell anybody why he looked at Karik.
Drow.
Karik just kind of nods his head. I don't exactly have to be a genius to know how that is. Hey, he's a beautiful moon elf. I mean, If he had his disguise up. I had to roll to see if he was intelligent enough to remember to put his disguise up.
Was he intelligent enough to take it off?
He was.
Damn.
Didn't even remember his name. He has 6 intelligence.
Horus miraculously survived. He had 5.
God. Every chance, every opportunity.
I did die.
What?
But anyways, so your friends, they got their hands on a experimental piece of magical technology from the remnants of a ruins that they were teleported.
Yes. Very experimental technology.
Fascinating. You see him grab some notes and start jotting some stuff down. And, from your experience, would you say that looking over to both you and Garnan, from your experience, and you said you saw it, could you explain the process and exactly how exactly it worked? That seems like such a fascinating piece of technology.
Can I roll an intelligence check for Garnan?
Yes, absolutely.
Just straight intelligence.
0.
What were we talking about?
You go to you go to try to talk about it, and then you remembered, God, that Hydra. But
You guys remember how I killed the Hydra? That was pretty cool.
Was it a poof or a bang? It was, somewhere. I'm not sorry. Somewhere in between. Somewhere in between, Tiny. Not quite a bang, but not quite a poof. Louder than a poof, but not quite like an explosion or anything like that. It was just kind of a. But anyways. So Garnet can't exactly explain anything because he's just he's having a brain fart right now. But you just hear Gollum just kind of speak up. It's all right. Apologies. Daldir gets a little excited when it comes to magical technology and alchemical things. These were his passions before his present position. As he looks over to him, and Daldir kind of goes, yes, apologies, yes. Anyways, first things first, you do deserve to get paid for what you've done. You said the rogue survived, but she's vanished, and there's no way to track her right now.
I have an idea.
Was there any other survivors?
Yes. There was a wizard that was teleported with our friends Blue and Kazir.
Which Mary nods her head and goes, "That is correct. And based on what I've gotten from Blue, from his current position, she is currently working with them. That as far as I know. She doesn't seem to be trying to kill them, to my knowledge. Hopefully Blue comes back so I can beat him senseless for being stupid in the first place." You just see Daldir just go young people. Oh, gosh. Anyways, so, I don't assume there's a way to get him back anytime soon.
No.
Okay, well,
No.
hopefully we'll get him back soon enough. In the meantime,
unless someone had a teleportation spell ready and could pinpoint his location easily.
Fortunately, not here. Where this isn't a city of magic users or anything like that. I mean, I myself practice a variety of magic and I'm very well in tune with magical properties and whatnot, but unfortunately, when it comes to that kind of technology specifically, was not my speciality.
However,
Right.
he goes through his notes and everything. You accomplished the mission with the cultists. Let's see here. Looking at your reward. He's looking through his. I got a lot of notes here. Would you mind reminding me? Was it 3,000 gold? Was that?
For the cultist?
Yes, for the cultists. Yes.
My friend, I think you may be mistaken. The price of that bounty has went up to 10,000 gold.
Roll a deception check with disadvantage.
What do you mean? This is not deception. That's what it was.
Winter, no. The price for this was actually 10,000 gold plus two special magic weapons made by the city.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But to say, looking at I had to roll for Daldier's notes, and they are a cluttered mess. So he actually didn't know. In that case, you know what? Persuasion with advantage, because Mary will remind him that that's the bounty.
Or we can just pull out the bounty poster, and show him.
That depends who was carrying it.
Karik. Shit, Karik was going to carry it. Fuck.
Karik is standing right next to you.
Karik, do you have the poster for the cultist bounty?
Do I? Hold on. You see him set the bag on the ground, open it up, and you just see him go to town, looking through his stuff, trying to find it. And about a minute later, he goes, found it, and you see him hold up the thing for the Cyclops. Oh, hold on, wrong one.
That's the wrong one.
This one. And you see him hold up the one. The one with the Ulnuk tribe.
Karik, I must ask. Karik, I need to ask you something.
Yeah.
For real.
Yes.
Do you know how to read?
What's reading?
Oh, okay. Do you mind if I look through your things to see if I can find the poster?
Wait, hold on. I have one more. This one has a good drawing on it, and it shows the symbol of the mask of the cultists.
There you go. I knew you had it in you.
Thanks, man. You see him hold it up, and it does say 10,000, and it also does say 2 magic items. He looks at it and goes, Right. All right, perfect. In that case, give me one moment, please. And
he's our brains of the group.
Golem just kind of shakes his head. I would hope not.
It was a joke.
Funny, yes. I would not recommend him being the leader, though. You watch as Dalbeard leaves, and then you watch as he comes back with what appears to be a small bag. And here you are. This is the reward for your mission. And he sets it on his desk.
Right. Hold on. I'm just gonna do some quick calculations, see what.
Straight? No, those were 2 separate things.
So if I'm getting this right, everyone gets 1,111 gold pieces each. Then there's 1 gold piece left to spread across. So you can either get that gold piece to someone, in particular, or try to spread that across too. What do you guys want to do?
Karik speaks up. I almost died.
Get yourself a health potion, and I hand him this.
Yay! Thank you. How many is this?
A lot.
I like a lot.
But
Um,
oh no!
you can buy a sword with it.
Oh, it's okay. Oh, baby girl. Oh, don't give me that face. That's so cute. When she cries with her whole face, and it's so cute. Oh.
Oh, that's not sadistic at all.
Well, no. What I mean is like she does like the full frown, like the corners of her mouth go down, and her face like kind of like her face gives the fake like sad face. You know what I mean? Like the stereotypical sad face. Oh, I'm not laughing at you, sweetie. It's okay. Oh, no. Oh, sweet pea. It's okay. Oh, Dad's not making fun of you. Dad thinks it's super adorable. Oh, I know. Your dad loves you. Oh, it's okay. Dad's just talking to a bunch of people. I know you can't see him. It's just a screen, but...
Your dad's a fucking nerd.
I mean, that's true.
Okay, well.
But anyways, as far as the magical items go, was there anything you had in mind? Or would you like?
Karik, you don't have a magical weapon, do you?
I mean, I don't.
Well, then that's our first better for it. So, would you like a rapier or a doohickey like the one you got there?
Alosa kind of speaks up and goes, "Maybe we should take some time and think about it. Wouldn't be a bad idea.
I agree with that logic.
Would be smarter. I mean, who is making the magical items?
Oh well, with the matter of this, it would be me, of course. I mean, I was originally trained to be a member of the Artificer Guild. Of course, politics needed me more. My people needed me more.
Oh, sweet pea, it's okay. It's okay. Oh, don't give me the pouty face. Oh, you're so adorable. I just want to put you on some.
So,
apologies. I'm
for reference.
I'm breaking kayfabe here. I'm sorry.
Just for reference.
Yeah.
Have you ever made a magic weapon?
Indeed, I have actually, and a couple of experimental ones of my own.
I see.
Yeah, would you like to see some?
Sure.
Yes.
You watch as he reaches under his desk, and the first thing he pulls out is a pair of gauntlets.
Interesting.
These were one of my newest ones. I call them lightning gauntlets. You watch as he slams the fist together, and you watch as the gauntlets become alight with electricity. Would you mind as he looks over to you, Garnan?
What?
Would you mind if I?
He's hurt a little bit.
Oh,
I'm fine. I have plenty of.
No, you're not.
Would you?
No, you don't.
Would you mind if I would you? You seem like a tough fellow. Would you mind if I showed you what these did?
Depends. Do I get to hit back?
Preferably not.
He rolls his eyes.
You would probably fracture his cranium.
Here you go. She goes. She gives the full sad face, and then I'm like, oh.
He braces for impact.
You watch as he while.
You gonna rage?
No. It's lightning damage, you genius.
He stands approximately.
I am a genius.
He stands approximately 20 feet away, and you watch as he throws a punch at you, and you watch as a strike of electrical energy hits you. You take... Oh, that's not bad. 3 points of electric damage.
Okay, that's not bad. Let me guess. It's a D6.
It is a D6, yes.
Okay.
But it's a D6 plus your strength.
Ah.
I was thinking something more across the sword variety.
Oh, yes. Of course. And Gauntlets kind of goes, Are we really gonna drag this out? Yeah.
Yes.
Gauntlets, you have to understand that these people did a good deed for our people. Like, he helped a lot of us. These cultists were causing problems for humans and orcs alike. And Gauntlets just gets like,
about people doing a good thing for all of us. I want to put a good word in for Mr. Diedrich of the Guard.
Oh, yes, Officer Diedrich. Yes, he's been doing a great job. He's really stepped up since Gauntlets and his people joined the city.
He's been he handled the situation over at the Scorch Hornet very well. He kept us cool. He made sure everyone was in order, and he handled everyone very well.
Mary just kind of,
as well as he looked over the situation as well, very well too.
Mary just kind of rolls her eyes and goes, I would agree. And Diedrich has been doing a great job and has been helping out. He is also a kiss ass.
Did you have an altercation with him?
More like a flirtatious situation, and it ended with him having a black eye.
Ah, okay.
Anyways, you watch as Daldir comes back, and you watch as he is now dragging a. Okay, so realistically, this is probably like a weapons rack, but the way I like to put it is he's dragging the equivalent of a movable whiteboard with a bunch of weapons on it.
It's a spinning whiteboard too, so like you just like spin it around, just.
Yes. Because there's stuff on the other side. All right, let's see here. Let me take a look here. Let's see here. We have a sword of holy fire. We have, let's see here, a crossbow, a extra range crossbow. Let's see, a rod of teleportation. Let's see here. Let's see here. We have a halberd of sure strike. Let's see here. How about a helm of disintegration?
Excuse me?
Yes, a helm of disintegration. It's a helmet that gives you fire resistance.
Oh, that's not nearly as good as I thought.
I beg your pardon. I put a lot of time in this, and to give any person.
No. Sorry. Whenever a man hears the words "Helm of Disintegration," I'm sure you'd assume that he would think that, it allows you to cast a disintegration spell.
The disintegration spell is a very dangerous spell, and personally, anybody who puts that onto an artifact should really rethink about what they're doing, because the ramifications of somebody finding such an artifact could be incredibly dangerous. I mean, what if an adventurer had it and they died, and then
it'd be pretty fucking badass.
It would be, but at the same time, what if a cult leader found it, or what if a group of bandits or ruffians found it? It would cause endless trouble for the country. I mean, they could probably kill someone instantaneously.
I do see where you're coming from. I just heard disintegration, and I thought disintegration spell.
But let's see here. Goggles of true sight. We have. Let's see here. There's a couple of other items that I was looking at. I do have an alchemical potion of strength. I have Gauntlets of ogre power.
What are those?
Oh, well, basically, with these gauntlets will give you the ridiculous strength of an ogre. And from a player standpoint, the gauntlets of ogre power will automatically increase your strength stat to 19.
Give.
Is that something, one of the things you would like?
Depends how much it is.
Well, you do get 2 of your choice. I mean, if you'd like to purchase it, I mean...
Let's hold off for a bit, Guardian.
No, no, hold on.
If you'd like to purchase it, there is a price to it. And hold on one moment while I pull up my charter of what all the ingredients I had to use to create this. Would you mind holding on a moment?
Go ahead.
Wait, don't you have it in your magical items?
I think so, but it would take me a while to find it.
Well, I could help you if you give me your cards.
Let's see here.
Wouldn't Guardian like something more like an amulet of health?
No. Strong Guardian.
For strong jaw.
Wouldn't you like more health and more AC?
No. Strong.
I want strong. I want be strong jaw. Let's see here. Look, okay, according to my charts, with all the ingredients I used, would cost roughly 800 gold pieces.
Garnan looks over the rest of the
800
party.
gold.
So, will that be one of our items, or am I buying that by myself?
I'm pretty sure we get the items for free, correct?
That is correct. You would get, because of your deed, you would get 2 items of your choice. But I mean, if you'd like to purchase it, you certainly can, and you can still get your 2 items.
Garden's got the raised eyebrows expression, and Henrik like,
I would have to consult my employer. Do any of you have a sending spell ready?
No, Mary burned all hers.
Garden looks over at Bimp.
Bimp burned all of her 3rd levels, so because I used.
What about Knackle?
Knackle does not have the spell. Does Knackle? No, I don't believe so. Knackle has the sending spell.
I don't think clerics get that.
They do get it, because Jester can use it.
Oh, right.
It just depends if you participate.
Either way, even if he does know it, he doesn't have a prep for the day.
Would he be able to use it though?
Oh right, Knackle can't because of the fact that he is he's not human.
I have sending message. Is that the sending spell
Yeah,
you're
that's
talking about?
Yeah. Well, message is being able to talk like this and send your voice. Sending is like actually is a 3rd level spell. There's a difference.
Message has a range.
Yeah,
sending.
Message has a range of 120 feet, and that's if you need a reference. Yes, you need to know this, Caleb. You can reply to this message.
Yeah.
Whereas sending is literally, I'm like, hey, this is Jester.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you could.
I don't know. But I just love, and then when she doesn't have enough words to fill in the place, she just goes, do 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 do. Just yes, absolutely. But yeah, no. I think I'm a bit more than 120 feet, just a smidge. But yeah, Knackle actually can't use the sending spell because he's an artificial being. He doesn't have the capacity to send or accept accept the messages from the sending spell. It's a technicality.
I see.
It's a technicality that I personally created because of how the sending spell works.
Well, Garden, we're gonna have to get back to you on that. If you have any problems, please talk to our customer service at 1-800-GO screw yourself.
Garnan pulls out Garnan pulls out the little, or no, he pulls out the little pouch and holds it in his hand. What else do you have?
Well, let's see here. I mean, let's see. We have
Going through his stuff.
we have some Gauntlets of Protection. We have.
God.
Let's see. We have some. We have. Let's see. Just looking through this.
Hold on 1 second. Actually, I gotta pull up my thing.
Which one?
My large stack is. He does have a wide variety because this man has nothing but his hobbies.
Did we put that
Winter,
over there?
he's going to go ahead and just the Gauntlets of Protection. Is it a, and he's just gonna ask in a way that isn't like this. Is it a +1 or a +2?
+2.
Okay. God damn it. How much is it?
Well, these are took a particular long amount of time for me to create, and a lot of magical power. I mean, unless this is one of your items of choice, roughly around roughly around 2,000 gold.
I want it. I can buy the gauntlets of ogre strength and then use the 2,000.
Let's see here. We also have a rope of entanglement. We can see here we have. This one's an experimental item that I haven't had much use with. It was I experimented to try to create my own version of the Rod of Resurrection, but it's highly experimental and I wouldn't recommend it. Still working out the kinks. No.
What does the experimental item do?
Well, it does as it says. It's a Rod of Resurrection. If somebody were to die around you, you could simply use the rod and focus on it, and you could resurrect them. However, it's still experimental, and wouldn't recommend it. I still have much to practice when it comes to it. Let's see here. We have a ring of water walking. Let's see here. We have a quiver of Ilona. Of course call it and prefer more of it as a quiver of Daldir, of course, because I created it. It's a very special quiver that I created that could actually, you could carry over 100 arrows without it going over the amount the quiver can carry. Because it has it's created very similarly to how the bag of holding works, but specifically for arrows. It can hold up to 100 arrows in a single quiver.
I'm picking up where you're throwing down.
Let's see here. I only have a handful more items, unfortunately. Let's see here. I have the Staff of the Python, which is one of my early experiments. It is a staff that can literally turn into a python snake and attack and help and aid you as if it were a companion animal.
You stole that, and I know you did, you nerd.
It's an official
D&D. It's an actual magic item.
It's an official D&D item.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is. I have the card right here.
It is. It's in the D&D. It's in the DM's guide.
No, it isn't.
Well, shut up. Shut up.
If it wasn't in the Dungeons and Dragons magical item box, why would it? How would it exist?
I mean, they're definitely they're used elsewhere as well, but I mean, let's see here. I also have the winged boots.
A motherfucker. I want those too.
Let's see here. I do have one more item. Let's see here. Let's see. I've been working with.
Oh
this.
God, could you just imagine Henrik with winged boots? So he'd be like a flying sniper.
Let's see here. Oh, here we go. I also have this trident. It's a trident of fish command.
What?
Yes, it's a.
Aquaman?
It's a trident that literally gives you the ability to use allows you to use the dominate beast spell, but it works specifically well on fish.
Does it have an amount of charges, or
It gets 3 per day.
Winter, this is me asking you as a DM. Can you use that to seduce a Triton into bed?
Theoretically, well, no, because a trident is a humanoid.
What about a Lakatha?
That one possibly. Actually, at the beginning of the next day, the trident regains 1d3 expended charges daily at dawn.
So if you only use one, you get one back.
Yes. But if you use it more than once, then I would have you roll a d6 and cut that in half, and that's how many charges you get back.
Or, just roll a d3 with Avery, because it lets you do that.
Oh, it does? Nice.
Yeah, it does. You can roll like a d69 and it'll work.
He also has a talisman of ultimate evil. I'm just kidding. No, he does not.
Garnet's
the talisman of good.
Garnet is going to look at the party and say, that's not the only quest we were doing, right? We were going to go ahead and do a couple others.
Yeah.
Do you guys mind if I pay for the ogre strength and use one of the points for the protection? Because both of those are exactly what I need for Garnan, and that would be very helpful.
Then brings the question, can you wear both at the same time? Because both of them are gauntlet.
I mean, maybe? That's up to Winter.
As a dungeon master, how I designed how the gauntlets work is they're more like bracers. So you would be able to wear the gauntlets and the bracers at the same time.
So, yes.
Yes. The gauntlets of ogre strength are common D&D items, and as a paladin, I have used them myself. And as far as the bracers go, that was my creation, but it was originally inspired by a certain D&D group. That's where I got the idea for them.
So is that cool then, guys?
I wanted to get something for Karik.
Karik, Losa, and Philman just kind of look at it and go. As far as Alosa goes, I mean, you guys are assisting me, and as long as you're all good, I'm perfectly fine with it. Philman just kind of goes, I mean, I got paid, so the sun, that's all I care about. And Karik just goes, are you buying drinks later?
Sure.
Karik is the only person without a magic
Yay!
weapon.
I like drinks!
Oh boy.
Karik's the only one without a magic weapon, and it's kind of bothering now.
Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna do it then. I'm
Alright.
gonna pay 800 for the...
Okay, pay 800 for the Gauntlets of Ogre Strength.
Yep.
Yeah, Tiny, do you realize how many times he almost died?
Well, Karik does have magic. He's just not intelligent enough to use it half the time. Like, he can cast Fairy Fire and the Darkness spell. He knows his hunter abilities very
He
well.
just needed a rhyme.
Like, he knows his hunter abilities very well. That doesn't mean he knows his spells very well. There's also might be more than meets the eye for Kark. You have no idea.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna take both.
All right, then make sure you note off that you spent 800 gold pieces to get the Gauntlets of Ogre Strength, and note for the whole party, you've used one of your free magical items.
I still have a decent amount of money.
I think we're gonna go ahead and hold off on the whole second magic item thing for now.
Oh, absolutely. I completely understand. I will. I mean, if at any time you'd like to purchase something, you can simply get a hold of Trishara, and you talk with her, and she can give you prices.
Did he finish off his list?
Yes, he did.
Okay. Garnan's kind of
because you seem to have some sloppy notes there. Henry pulls out like a small like checkbook. Sign here and here, and put down that IOU of one magic item.
Right, absolutely. And you watch as he very carefully writes the words to this, and make sure that it is very airtight to what you guys agreed upon. And after doing so, signed his name there, and then he looks to you and goes like, I also need you to sign here, here, and here, just to make sure that everything checks out.
Of course. And Herrick signs in.
All right. Wait for your employer. God.
Sorry, I need to contact my employer about this. You don't even know the setting spell.
He's got a telephone. I say we get a break of sending.
A brick of sending. I mean, you can always get sending stones.
I think I can make those.
Yeah, like
I think you can actually.
As long as one person has a sending stone and then another person has a sending stone, you'll be able to talk to that person like a walkie-talkie.
Yeah, we need a sending stone for each person. That's the thing.
And that gets complicated.
Wait, do we need like a separate set for each person on every one? So we need like what? So what's 9 times 9? So we need 81 sending stones to do this.
No. I'd probably create a cheat where you could do it with just 9. You could do it with just 9 sending stones. However, there probably
just put us in a fucking group chat over sending.
No. There are rings of telepathy that would allow you to do something similar. It's just that in this particular case, I would probably increase what you would need to create them, and I would probably make it so that you have to either concentrate on who you're trying to talk to, otherwise you just talk into it and everybody can hear it. Does that make sense?
I'm sorry, I just love the idea of having to make 81 different sending stones.
I like the idea of a group chat with sending.
I just love how you would pick up one. Can you imagine with Kark with 9 different sending stones? He'd never know who he's talking to.
He would end up picking the wrong person every single time.
Garnan? No, this is Alosa. Oh, I'm sorry. Garnan? No, this is Philman's son. Sorry. Garnan? No, this is Alosa again. Oh, sorry.
And pulls out a stone of silence. Hello? What?
He pulls out the stone of silence. And then he closes his fist. Nope, wrong one.
Pulls out Alyssa again.
Oh my god, poor Kark.
I miss having no intelligence. It was a lot of fun.
Anyways. Make a sending chair. Oh my god. But anyways, so he looks to you and you watch as Gauntlets kind of speaks up and goes, well, we appreciate all the help that you gave to our city of Makanali. We do appreciate groups like you coming in here and doing such a good deed. Oh, I do hope that you do plan to take on some more missions. We could always use some more help. Of course, because you're helping us. If there's anything we can help you with, simply just ask, and if it's within our power, we can see what we can do.
I'm actually looking for a little bit of information.
Oh?
What have you heard about a furbolg named Ezrin?
You watch his face darken at that. I do know who this Ezrin is, and I've had the unfortunate welcome of his presence.
Where and when?
This was some time ago. I was on my way here to take up my position as the second mayor of Makanali. Before this was the city of Makanali. I met him when I was heading downwards past Starlam, and I was in Stratford when I encountered this furbolg that you speak of named Ezrin. He was heading upwards to Starlam. The man looked pale, his eyes were bloodshot, and he had more tattoos, and one of them I recognized as the broken skull.
Garnan pulls down his hood so you can actually see his face now. Ezrin is my brother. I'm hunting him down.
Bad blood, I see.
It's a lot more than that.
I'm an orc. You don't need to explain too much for me to understand. Either way, he is a very tall individual and very strong. But he's very uncomfortable.
Garnet raises an eyebrow.
The last time I met him, there was a feeling of pressure around him, if that makes sense. Like you're about to jump into a fight the moment you see him. It's almost as if he feels no restraint. He looks like he wants to start a fight everywhere he goes.
Sounds like him.
He just wants to give in to his primal urges and just throw fists as soon as possible. It's very unsettling.
That would be my brother.
However, you do look different from him.
Yeah.
I mean,
I worship Baphomet.
Hold on, I'm gonna roll a check for him. Wow. Wow, go Gauntlets, fair enough. Baphomet, you mean the Abyssal Lord of oh god, what is the term for it? I'm trying to remember. It's his exact. Hold on, this is important. This is part of. Hold on. Here it is. This book. Should take me 2 seconds to pull it open. Up, art. Oh
Isn't
man.
he the Abyssal Lord of the Hunt?
No. That's the Abyssal Lord of the Hunt is Yenof.
Okay.
He's the Abyssal Lord of the Hunt and the Lord of Knolls.
Okay.
See, Orcus, Jubilex, Grazd, Fraz Urbalu, the Demogorgon. Here we go. Baphomet, the Horned King and Prince of Beasts. He is the Abyssal Lord of Savagery. Not the Abyssal Lord of Bestiality. What is wrong with you?
Oh yeah. Garnan can talk to animals.
They'll understand. They'll understand me, but they can't. But if they say no, I don't hear it.
Oh my god.
Are you ready to rumble, little deer?
Meh. I'll take that as a yes. God. My bleeding doesn't sound good. But anyways, the abyssal lord of savagery. He must take his worship very well. I mean, his hair was purple.
Do you have antlers?
Not that I remember. Be an interesting mutation for a furbolg.
You're telling me.
But purple hair, bloodshot eyes, and always looking like he's on edge. But then again, that would make sense for a worshipper of Baphomet. That's a disturbing thought, though. I wasn't part of the Ulnuke's tribe. I was around followers of Grumsh.
Question, Hunter.
Yes.
Remind me how long ago Prigka Rukag was alive.
Based on the memories he put into your head and to basically telling you how old he was, to your knowledge, he's got to be at least several hundreds of years old.
Okay. So it's been a very long time.
Yes.
Okay. I could use him for information, I think.
If you wanted to, all you simply have to do is think about him.
Yep.
But I say you've never experimented with how the spirit works, so I mean, you simply could just.
Have. Ish.
What I mean is, you could simply just ask him
about Ezra.
He probably about Brook. Brookegg wouldn't know who Ezrin is, but I mean, he might have some knowledge about Baphomet.
Maybe. Okay, we'll see. I'll keep that in mind. Tiny, remind me to do that. I will forget.
Tiny just looks up from his typewriter. You got it.
Anyways, continue, Winter.
But anyways, my experience with Ezrin, let's say, wasn't pleasant, and I will say he's a formidable foe. But if it wasn't for his goonies backing him up, I feel like I could have taken him down. But unfortunately,
I'm unaware of any goonies he may have. Last I heard, he took Starlin by himself.
Wouldn't quite honestly would surprise me, but then again, if he is a worshipper of Baphomet, who knows who's on his side? I mean, it's been a long time since we've dealt with the Minotaurs, and they might side with him. It's been a long time since I've been to Ustagrad. Don't know how the civilization of Minotaurs are doing. Which, fun fact for you guys, that's new information. As far as you guys know, Minotaurs don't have a civilization.
Yep.
That, not even a roll for that, you guys wouldn't know.
Another thing.
Yes?
What do you know about a Prigka Rukag?
That's a name I haven't heard in some time. I mean, he was a orc general hundreds and hundreds of years ago. We orcs don't write things down. We typically pass it down from person to person. He was a tribal leader, a chieftain. Had earned massive respect, and with his weapon, the Ravager, he swiftly
dispatched with several adversaries to orc culture, but he was one of the founding members of the Ulnuk tribe, but it wasn't the Ulnuk when he was the chieftain. They changed it when the next chieftain after him took over, which was let's see here.
By
Riznog Ulnuk.
Garden, not that. By Ravenger, you mean this, right? He kind of turns around so he can see the sheathed Ravenger.
He looks at it. How did you come across this?
Garnan. He looks around to make sure there's like no others in there other than Daldir and Gauntlets and Mary.
Since you're looking, roll a perception check.
Don't screw me, Evray. Like, not very good.
I would say with advantage because other people are around too.
15.
Everything looks all right. There doesn't appear to be other people.
He summons Prigka.
All right.
So
Wait,
only.
notes.
So I can control who sees him, right?
That is correct.
I'm going to allow Alosa and Gauntlets to see him.
You do so, and Gauntlets wide-eyed looks. What kind of magic is this? And you see Alosa kind of go wide-eyed looking at you like, and you can see fear in her eyes.
He reassures her. Attempts to.
You watch as Gauntlets walks up to the image. And is just kind of investigating it.
As soon as he tries to touch it, can I make it fade?
I mean, you certainly can make it fade.
Okay. If he tries to touch it, I'm going to make it fade.
He doesn't appear to be trying to touch it. He's just, like, looking at it. What kind of shaman craft are you pulling? You do.
I forgot witches were banned.
He starts speaking in Orcish. You do know that humans don't care for shaman craft, right?
I'm not human.
Yes, but it is illegal in Atharia.
Kind of just like scratches his head. Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. Because I forgot about that.
Dude, like, you notice that Alosa is very, very cautious about how she uses her magic and why she's very hesitant to show anybody how she casts her magic. I mean, hell, she hides her athame.
Oh,
You see, Bob just wants to do cool stuff and be a cool dude. He doesn't think
Yeah.
about this.
Because you're in orc, you fucking dumbass.
I'm trying to get information about him, okay? Jeez.
Anyways, you do watch as Daldir's like, apologies, I don't quite understand. What are you looking at?
They drew a dick on my hand.
Excuse me?
You do see as Gauntlets kind of raises a hand at Daldir. Don't worry about it. This is orc magic. Very, very old, very rare. But very, very basic.
It fades.
Hey, Winter.
Yes.
Roll a deception check.
Holy shit. Okay, hold on. I gotta roll for insight for. Gauntlets got a 20 on his deception, and Daldir rolled a natural 1. Apparently, they're used to lying to each other. I was like, holy shit, he rolled high. Well, and then I'm like, oh, wait, no, Daldir should have a chance, and his insight is pretty good. And then it's like, natural 1. Like, nope.
I want to be clear. Garnet didn't show any hesitation. He believes he can, quote-unquote, trust Gauntlets. He's just trying to find information.
But Gauntlets kind of nods his head and goes, Bregnik was a chieftain who was a relentless soldier, continuously fighting no matter what it took. He was, though, while most people, specifically humans, saw him as a menace to human society, realistically, he was a hero to the orcs. He was strength. He was strength where it needed to be. He was an orc who was trying to defend his home. But most humans see that as the dark side of orcs. They couldn't be more wrong. However, at least depending on which tribe you talk to, the next leader, it was Raznik Ulnuk. If you talk to the Ulnuk tribe, he is the hero that they needed, somebody to teach them the proper way of being an orc. And other tribes, including myself, disagreed and saw him as an unnecessarily aggressive orc that caused more problems than he solved.
Ulnuk was bad, or Prigka?
No, Prigka was good.
Okay.
Basically, he explained that Prigna was he was a good orc. Like all he was a chieftain who was trying to defend his home. The humans were invading and taking the orcs' land, and they needed to defend it. He's a soldier who had fallen on the battlefield. But Raznik Ulnuk, he was a savage, an orc that embraced the darker side of orc culture, and basically was one of the people that founded the stereotype of orcs being aggressive.
Okay. What time is it for the party right now? Because they're asking.
For the party, it is roughly, for you guys, it's like roughly noon.
Okay. The image fades. You can no longer see Brigka. And in Orcish, Garnan says, I hope you won't, say anything about this. I'm just looking for information.
In Orcish, he responds, don't worry, while humans have a hard time with this kind of magic, we orcs, we have practiced this magic for generations, and it is still part of our culture. For us, it is shamancraft, I would assume, as he looks over to Alosa and then back to you. I assume for her, this is witchcraft. I believe that's how you pronounce it.
Garnet didn't say anything about Alosa.
I know, but as you would know, you with your guys' history check of when you originally met Alosa, you would know that her home country, which is a home country of Azamar, most of them are practitioners of witchcraft.
Is she showing her Azamar side?
No, but I rolled for how he would see what he would recognize. And for the most part, she looks human. She's definitely passable for human. But for somebody who has a trained eye, and specifically for Gauntlets, who apparently has an eye for people, he was able to see that she wasn't a normal human.
Okay.
Daldir, on the other hand, completely believes she's human. Of course. Go ahead.
Despite being smart, he's a dumbass.
Yeah, Daldir is somebody who is selectively smart. But so is Gauntlets. It's almost as if they complement each other.
Garnan thanks him in Orcish and looks towards the party. Are we ready to leave? We need to prepare for Blue and Kazir's return.
Don't say it like that.
Don't say it like what?
Prepare for their return. That's so weird.
You watch as Mary cracks her knuckles. Yeah, I can't wait for their return.
Garnan gives a little chuckle.
Are we done with Garnan showing off all of his cool shit now?
Yes.
Is show and tell over, kids?
I don't know. We spent the first part of this stream with Henrik doing show and tell with his investigation.
Yeah, bitch. Shut up.
Hey, I was actually doing shit. I wasn't just flexing on people.
Well, he was trying to get information.
I'm getting information. I want to know if I made a good choice or not by taking him in. But
giving him a home in my head.
Yeah. Living rent-free in the back of my brain.
So you guys decided to leave for now anyways?
Yes. I'm
gonna go make some potions.
Absolutely. Well, just so you know, if there's anything more information you can give us, or anything you would like to know, just make sure you make sure that you again speak with either Mary or Trishara, and we will get something arranged. However, a bit of caution. We are expecting a visit from the Inquisitor. We'd ask if you would keep a low profile, at least for the next 2 days.
Would you describe this Inquisitor?
Yes. Well, we call him the Inquisitor, but his proper title is the Voodoo Rook.
Garnan turns to Henrik. It's the bitch that's after us.
Well, you see, the Voodoo Rook is the Inquisitor for the Tana-Rook. He's a hobgoblin with a bit of a temper. He doesn't know you guys are, well, he may know you guys are here. I mean, the Zeta Rook was here not that long ago. I mean, so there's always a possibility, but, I mean, just a fair warning.
Thank you.
No. Thank you for all your help with the cultists.
We'll be doing more help, don't you worry.
Well, in that case, I do hope to see you soon. I hope you have a wonderful day.
If this Utaruk has any questions about the Roars of the Dawn, please refer to me. I'll be staying at the Restful Hen House. I have a room there.
I will gladly pass.
Who hasn't had a room with him?
I will
so much for employer, huh?
I will gladly send him your way.
If my brain serves me right, you all have had a run with him before, and the run-in wasn't good.
Just a GM tip for you guys. You guys met the Voodoo Rook.
Yeah.
The Voodoo Rook is someone different.
Oh, okay.
You guys, Skulvin and them met the Voodoo Rook, who appeared to be a bugbear.
Bugbear?
Yes. And
Bugbear necromancer.
Yeah, I was about to say, and Garnan informed you guys that he was a practitioner of necromancy.
Okay.
The Voodoo Rook, unfortunately, you guys know nothing about. So, alright. So, after you guys leave, Henrik goes to make more potions. He's gonna go hang out with Uncle Did. Uncle Did.
Alosa's not going to try to talk to Garnan, is she?
Alosa actually would like to talk to you.
Shit. Do we need to go to a separate chat, or?
No. This one is just a casual chat.
I know what you're going to say. You don't have to.
It's a very risky move, Garnan. I wouldn't. You do realize that witchcraft is forbidden here.
Alosa, if he wanted to turn us in, he would have. He knew what you were straight away.
I know. When he looked over to me and was speaking in, I would assume, Orcish, I may not have understood what he said, but I got the context of what he said. You have to be careful, Garnan. You have to understand. This is something that they would kill me on the spot for, and now that you're part witch, they'd kill you too. I should be more mad, but at the same time, I don't hold any, ill will towards my own people and my own culture.
I will be more careful.
I would appreciate that. It only takes one fuck up to get us killed.
Oh, she said the F word.
Yeah, she does not curse often. She's not exactly happy. but not outrageously mad. She's just not happy.
Where the fuck are my dogs?
I don't know. You about to say you probably left them at the inn.
Sure, let's go with that.
Man.
I keep forgetting about them.
Just no. Bad Garnan. Just get in. Your bed smells of dog piss.
Well, Garnan's gonna go to the inn with the dogs and attune to his 2 new items. So take 2 hours to do that, and then after that, he's going to go meditate outside.
Sounds good. Bimp does. Oh, that's a good question. I would assume Bimp probably takes her time to read and study her books and try to practice her magic a little bit.
They aren't cursed, are they, Winter?
No, they are not cursed. The magic items that you bought from, the very nice man are not cursed.
Mm-hmm. Sure. I'll believe you for now.
For now. Kark seems to be practicing his swordplay with Philman.
Ooh la la.
And Alosa also seems to be practicing her magic.
I have a strength of 19 now.
Yep.
Awesome.
Which, by the way, how the Gauntlets of Ogre Strength work are that no matter what, while you are wearing them, your strength is 19. However, if you increase your stats for your strength, until they outbeat a 19, they don't change anything. Your strength will always be 19. I mean, obviously, if you naturally increase your strength over 19 and get to 20, then it would be a +5 rather than a +4.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Okay.
Which you guys are level 6 right now?
7.
7, apologies. Had to think for 2 seconds. But anyways, you guys are level 7, so I mean, you're not too far away from your next stat upgrade.
Yep.
So, just making sure everyone knows.
I'm going to be taking levels away from Witch anyways, so more than likely.
More of a boost to wisdom, I assume, then.
Yeah.
But anyways, that being said, you guys just take the day to do that?
My potions with the new alchemy ingredients from the Hydra. What do?
With those potions, actually, Hermod, this is something that I would prefer to message you. Give me a day to do some research so I can tell you exactly which potions you can make.
Winter.
Yeah, okay.
I want to be specific. While meditating, Garnan is currently looking for a familiar as well.
Fair enough. Duly noted.
Give me thing, please. It's been like 4 sessions.
We'll get to that.
Okay. Okay.
So, that being said,
I want to be clear before you continue. Sorry. Garnan didn't choose that. I did.
I know. I have something specific for what's going to happen.
Okay. Just making sure.
You'll see. Anyways. So while you guys are taking the day to do that, and the day does pass without incident, there isn't any issues. The city of life seemed to have calmed down after everything. Garnan.
Yay!
During your meditation, you are constantly being interrupted by your pets.
I hate you.
But then you see a familiar face sitting in a meditative pose across from you.
Is it Prika or Alosa?
Hey, how are you?
No, it's just Sculpin.
Yeah, just Sculpin's there like, hey buddy, how's it going? Hey asshole, how's it going?
Nice dog, bro.
Just walk up to go, you totally rock, Garnan. Give me some fin. Noggin. Dead. Anyways, you see across from you is Prika. And then from there you watch as your direwolf pup runs away and is hiding under the bed. However, your blink dog seems to be okay.
Layla, what are you doing? Speaking to the direwolf.
Yep, but you see the direwolf just kind of under the bed, like almost as if he can sense something's there.
She.
However, again, your blink dog seems okay. So,
Gun's just gonna study them for a sec before he starts talking.
I see you have embraced the shaman ways.
Yes.
Well, if that's the case, then I would like to give something to you.
Even more?
Yes. Because you need... Every soldier needs backup. Every soldier needs eyes everywhere.
I'd like to imagine Mara's just laying on her back, derping the fuck out right now.
When I was on the battlefield, I had an ally, a little friend, to help me.
You watch as he lays his hands on your blink dog right in front of you.
No, don't turn Amara into it.
And you watch as the blink dog just... And you watch as he changes shape and molds. And you watch as this dog reforms. And you see this very weird looking being.
Do I need to tell you the name?
About to say, why don't you go ahead and explain to everybody what your creature looks like?
This animal is called a Tressum. It is a cat with wings. That is literally it. It is just a house cat with wings.
I want you to, and with that, you would get all of its normal abilities.
Yep. Is Amara just gone?
Well, yes and no. More like Amara was reshaped. And,
okay, so Amara...
and in fact, he looks to you and goes,
Amara, your pet, Amara, is not gone. In fact, a part of him will always be with
Her. Christ, Winter. Quit misgendering my
me,
animals.
me. A part of her will always be there.
You watch as the cat looks at you and then
Oh. Okay.
as this animal does have the ability of a blink dog to teleport.
It's a blink tressum. Interesting.
Well, I didn't want to take away your pet from you, but I figured this way she can be more useful to you. I hope that's okay.
It's an interesting change. Thank you.
It's no problem. I dabbled in the shaman ways when I was younger, and learned many things.
Oh my gosh, it is Storm. How on earth did you find her?
What color is the newly shaped Amara?
Amara is now kind of an onyx black, but has some tufts of silver in places in the fur, and the wings
Do you
are.
have a reference image?
I do not have one created. I would say, I guess in a way similar to how that picture is up there, except for onyx black is a deeper black, like harder to see, but with tufts of silver, and the wings are pure silver.
Meow wolf.
Oh no! Oh my god! No! No! That's not what it looks like at all. Oh my god!
What the? That's an owl cat bird.
What the fuck?
Almost looks like a peacock tail.
Yeah, kinda. That poor cat. What happened? Who ran it over?
An owl cat.
Who hit it with a
Peacock
truck?
bird.
That's like a tiny griffin.
What? Why did this mixed breed creature fall from the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down? It's cute in a derpy way, but my god.
Babies in hell.
That thing is ugly as shit.
That cat has seen some shit. I agree. Who?
Look,
There
it's
we
so
go.
Dilated.
There we go. That looks more real, more like what I was thinking. Except for a picture of the wings being more silver.
Okay. Cool.
God, that reaction. You liked me bashing on that.
Fell far from the ugly tree.
But just know this, Garnan. We have a very long path ahead of us. Your goals, based on what I've seen, are just. And I want to help you. But it is a long, treacherous path. Are you sure you're up for this?
I've been up for it ever since I was exiled from my own tribe. Yes.
Then I will aid you in every way I can. Enjoy your pet. I hope that she gives you more help than I received when I had my friend.
And you watch as the spirit looks at you, and then, like the Thanos snap, he starts to crumble into dust in front of you.
Alotha!
It doesn't take It doesn't take you too long for Alosa to come up and go, "What's going on?"
I was joking.
And then that whole situation happens, and the rest of the day does pass without incident. Is there anything else anybody wanted to do, or am I okay to start the night?
Go ahead.
Winter?
Yes.
I was gonna ask Mary to cast scrying for me.
Oh.
Interesting.
Unfortunately, she did use all of her high-level spells to send Blue 5 messages.
She only sent 3, if I remember right.
No, she kept adding on more. I was keeping track. And then
So she doesn't have a 5th level spell?
She used her 5th level spell to cast Dispel Magic on you.
Oh.
She wanted to make sure that the mark went away.
Okay. I was gonna have her cast scry on the rogue.
You could always talk to a cleric. Mary would probably know some more.
Okay. Sure.
Okay. So you go up to a cleric, and are you gonna try to describe her to?
As clearly and as in depth as I can, I'm going to try to describe the rogue to her.
All right, hold on 1 second. One thing I want to double check.
It is a wisdom save.
Yep. Gotta say.
Wait, Winter, did the dagger get stuck in me?
You did get stabbed by the dagger, yes, but you would have the dagger that stabbed you.
Hey, can we use that to increase the DC by increase the DC of the scry?
Hold on 1 second, I have to double check something. Here we go. Alright, here we go.
I can't. I cannot change the form of Amara, correct?
Yeah. About to say, as far as I know, Amara is due to the complexities of the spell that was used on Amara. Amara is now a Tress, and as far as I know, Tresses don't shapeshift.
Not that I know of. I'm just asking because he's now a familiar, so.
About to say, technically speaking, as a familiar, for a witch familiar, they don't change forms.
Okay, I didn't know that.
That is part of but they do get different bonuses, like the fact that their health is higher than a familiar's would be, and that you would get extra benefits from having your familiar abilities that a regular familiar would not have. If you want me to later, I will go over the details of how witch familiars work and why they're, in my opinion, makes the witch class a lot more interesting.
I can read it myself. It's cool.
Okie dokie. It's all in the link I sent you.
Yeah, I just pinned it, so that's what that DM is.
Okay. I need better say Henrik. I need you to roll me and what would this case be? An explanation of what someone looks like. So I'm going to say a straight intelligence check.
Straight intelligence.
Straight intelligence. Because unfortunately, the dagger doesn't have anything of hers. It's not a body part or a lock of hair or anything. If this was the CSI world, it would be.
Shiz.
If this was the CSI world, it would be fingerprints. But that's not how this works here. Because you don't have anything of hers per se. The dagger itself doesn't have any of her DNA other than her handprint. So you wouldn't get the bonus to this to it.
Whoa, that's powerful as shit.
It wouldn't be a history check at all. Just straight intelligence.
Yeah, it'd be a straight intelligence because history is. Well, technically it would be recollection of. You know what? I'll let it be history.
Oh, thank God. That's not much better. That's a 14.
That's still pretty decent. You're able to give at least an okay description. But unfortunately, because you didn't really get to see her full face or anything, it didn't help. But it's something. All right, now she's gonna the Mary's friend is a male. His name is Blaine. He casts Scry. Let's see if the assassin can save. No, because this is second hand. She does get a bonus to the save. It would be a wisdom saving throw.
Winter.
Yes.
Now that Amara is my familiar, can I just command her to blink whenever?
Yep. You are in full control.
She can fly and she can blink.
Correct.
That's powerful.
Indeed it is, and very experimental.
Yes, it is.
But I didn't want to realistically having 3 pets.
True, yeah.
And in this case, I mean, the blink dog was never going to be big enough to carry you or anything like that.
It could have carried Bimp.
But it carried Bimp, yes, but in this particular case, basically, it gave you the ability to have a pet. One of your pets became your familiar, and also carried on the abilities of what it used to be, a blink dog. So it'd still have the ability to blink.
Okay, so the reason I bought the blink dog is because I figured this campaign wasn't going to last, because all of my previous campaigns only lasted like a month, if not less.
How long has this campaign ran so far?
Like 7 months, I think. It's been a while.
Been a while.
But I bought the dog because I thought it would be cool. That was me as a player, not Garnin. I put myself into Garnin too much. Whoops.
You watch as
put some stuff on his characters.
You watch as the guy is focusing, and then his head goes backwards. His eyes go milky, and he seems to phase out. She is running. Now she's stopped. She's looking at something. A building. Who is that? I can't make out the individual. She's aiming at someone with a weapon. I don't recognize the weapon, though. I've never seen anything like it before.
Firearm.
Can he hear with scrying? I don't actually think he can. I know familiars work different, but
he basically the person has to roll a perception check to see how well they can make out the world around them. But I mean, even with his roll, he can't make out much. She's intent on something. I can't tell what it is, though. And you watch his eyes return to normal. So apologies, I couldn't keep it up for too long.
No, you're fine.
She's looking for someone. I can't tell who it is, and unfortunately I couldn't hear what she was saying. It came out a garbled mess. She's wielding a weapon I've never seen before, though. It appeared to be some kind of a weapon, a cylindrical rod with a wooden handle.
That would be the bullet gun.
I've heard of a gun, but I've never seen one before, so I didn't recognize it.
Henrik, you have a sniper.
I know.
What he's referring to is if you really wanted him to confirm it, you could just show him your gun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's on my back at basically all times, so just they don't like ever put it away.
Freaking tiny.
I mean, he's not wrong.
I know. I know, but that's the way it is. Sometimes that's the way it is.
You guys are playing D&D? Can I join?
It's more like, hey, you guys playing D&D over there? It looks like fun. Hey, when you're done with your game and I'm done with mine, can we like meet up and like play together? I don't know what show or movie that's a reference to, but I know that they also did that on Markiplier Let's Play Uno.
Yeah, Bob did it.
Yeah, Bob's joke to Mark when Mark and Wade kept skipping him.
I got a kitty on my lap.
I know.
Nice.
It's also did he get disconnected in that game?
However, after all this is said and done, unfortunately, after the scry, there's not much else they can do. The world around her was too vague to discern where she is. She could be in a forest, she could be in a city, they don't know, because the person's perception check wasn't high enough.
Okay. So that's all I can do for today.
As far as scrying for her, yes.
Alrighty then. I guess we're gonna take a long rest.
All right.
Over at my place, alone.
Yeah,
Merciful
wait,
Hendrix.
it's only like 4-ish?
Well, I would say that you guys would probably take the day to do your thing, unless there's something else you guys want to do.
Well, I mean, eventually Garnet would come down and like show the party his dressing or his Amara.
His Amara.
Yes.
His Amara.
Look at my blink dog.
Show everyone his illegal craft.
Well, I mean,
I meant like privately.
a Triss wouldn't raise suspicion. I mean, a familiar is nothing unheard of, and familiars could be anything.
Like bunny corn.
Like Pimp's bunny corn.
Do familiars have to be fed?
Nope.
Okay, I didn't think so. Because
But-
I never fed Spurt.
I mean, but your familiar now can just go hunting. Yeah, the thing is, witches' familiars eat.
Huh?
Like witches' familiars eat. Oh, like Jiren eats. But typically Alosa will just let Jiren go feed.
Well, Garnet's going to cut.
Fuck.
But witchcraft's illegal, but having a familiar is not illegal.
My cough coming through the mic.
Not really.
Okay. Something got stuck in my chest. I was trying to talk.
Fuck. Garnet will eventually come down and show Alosa specifically.
Alosa will take a look at Amara and go, I've never heard of a spirit doing something like that before. You have a very interesting experience, Garnet.
Who knew? You turning me into a witch would make this happen.
He killed my dog!
He killed my puppy!
God, punish him!
Why'd you kill my puppy?
Any excuse to drag Horace into this.
You want me to play him for a one-shot or something, don't you?
One day. One day.
He's canonic. Well, technically, he is canonically part of the campaign I'm running soon.
I'll meet him soon enough.
Maybe.
Maybe.
He's kind of on a continent right now, so.
Who knows? Either way. So everybody kind of takes their time to meet your pet, and you're met with some very strange looks. Layla doesn't know how to feel about it.
Layla is just really confused right now.
But I mean, Layla and Amara still get along.
Amara, because now I can control her. I like to roleplay my animals as well.
Hasn't changed.
I mean, Amara still has a personality, but when you order Amara to do something now, she'll obey without question.
Amara now uses her new wings and her ability to blink to fuck with Layla as much as possible.
Casey.
Noted.
Casey, Amara's scent hasn't changed either, has it?
It has not. Amara's scent is still the exact same.
That's a strange question, Abby.
But hey, it is a good question though. But anyways, so while that's all going on, you guys rest for the night?
Yes.
And then I'd like to be very specific about something real quick for the long rest.
Yes?
Because I still have a feeling I'm going to be attacked in my sleep, my snap rifle goes under my bed.
Alright.
And my 2 pistols goes under my pillow.
Noted.
Ravenger goes beside his bed, by the way.
Okay. Duly noted.
Just saying.
And the bag of holding is hidden in one of the cabinets.
Okay. Noted.
Actually properly hidden.
Yep. Not like a normal placement. Like you find a very compact place to hide it. Noted. Anything else?
Nope.
No.
All right. So you guys rest for the night. For Kazir and Blue, I would like for starters, Blue. I would like you to. Before we ended the session, did I have you guys roll perception checks for your watches?
You did not, and when we left off, I buried the cube underneath my bedroll.
Yep, I remember that specifically.
Good.
I would like Blue to roll a perception check.
Okay. While doing the watch, I'm gonna give myself enhanced ability to have better perception.
All right. Duly noted.
That's horrible.
There we
Yeah,
go.
11.
Sorry, I zoned out for a moment.
11.
Hey, 11.
Everything looks good. Looks like a lot of
Do
sand.
I mean, it should be low because I've been identifying a ton of stuff.
Looks good. As far as you can see, your watch passes without incident. Do you wake up Kazir or do you wake up Symbol?
I wake up Kazir.
Okay.
Symbol said she was taking the last watch.
All right, with Kazir up to watch, I would like Kazir to roll a perception check.
Okay. Hold on a moment.
That is high. 17, I
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. What's your... I don't know. What's your perception? Stray.
What? Hold on. Sorry. I'm sorry. Wait. Is my mic on? Hello?
Yep, it's on. It's
Yes.
on. You're good.
Just making sure. I thought I was talking, but I got dealing with a few side thoughts. What am I doing?
Perception check.
What is your perception?
My perception is wrong chart. Sorry. IRL, it's probably -5 right now.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I don't feel
that's how I
bad. That
feel.
would be like mine too.
+6.
Plus 6,
Okay,
so 16.
16.
Everything seems alright. That you do see some desert creatures pass by. You do see a few of those desert lions, but they kind of keep their distance. They don't come near the oasis. Eventually, your shift ends, and you watch as the dome does kind of start to flicker as it is getting closer to the time for it to come down.
Mm-hmm.
So I assume you go to wake up Symbol.
Yeah.
Alright, you do so, and she gets to work and recasts. She does recast Symbol's tiny hut. Ritual cast.
Cool.
So now it is a fresh dome.
Can I say Kazir sleeps with one eye open?
Yes, I think that's perfectly fine.
All right.
So you guys sleep, and the night passes without incident.
Huzzah!
The morning comes. It is now the literal break of dawn. Like it is like exactly 6 a.m. I assume you dig out the cube.
Yes.
Okay. You watch as the cube starts to take in some of the sunlight, and you watch as some color returns to it.
Alright. I would like to try and ritual cast again. Fix me.
You do so, and the same results come again, except for your head hurts just as badly as it did last time, as you hear whispers in a language you don't understand. Unless you speak deep speech.
I look down, then look at her. Cast tongues on me.
Symbol looks at you like, what do you mean?
Whenever I identify this, I hear whispers in a language that I do not understand.
Yes,
I believe tongues will help with that.
yes, that's because they're speaking in deep speech. I actually do know what it's saying. They're basically telling you that the cube will take you to what your heart passions for. Apparently, I have a theory of what the cube is. I think it's a way for them to transport back to either their laboratory or their homeland. At least that's a theory. I'm not, a dice rolling theory. I unfortunately don't have anything to verify it.
Well, I guess we should get going.
Indeed.
Keep moving? Or...
Do we... She looks to you and Kazir. Do we want to try the cube? I mean, if we go this early, we have all day to prepare for what might be there. I'd rather not get there at night and have to readjust.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's the best idea. Let's try the cube.
Who would like to hold it?
I want to hold it again.
Alright. And she offers to try to work it a little bit, but she also lets you know she still knows very little about this.
It's either this or we spend longer here and might end up dying. So
Preferably not.
I'm willing to risk it. Blue hops onto his horse. From what I've seen, it transports biological things. Horses are biological.
That would be correct. I've never tried it personally, but I mean, theoretically it should work.
These horses came from Makanali, so I mean, that just gives it more of a shot, I suppose.
And so you guys are currently taking 3 horses, or are you taking...
Yes.
2 horses and a carriage?
We're taking 3 horses.
All right, and you have all of the gear.
Yes. What's in the carriage?
Well, you guys were using the carriage to carry like your magical weapons and everything, and the chains.
Right. What? What?
Yeah, like you guys were using it to carry the items that you found with the Yanti. Specifically the chains.
Specifically the chains. Can we take carriage with this?
Hmm?
I don't think we could take carriage with this since it's not biological.
Well, I mean, if you put it in your bag of holding.
I cannot put a carriage in my bag of holding, Winter.
Are you sure? Maybe one piece at a time. Yeah, no, she would agree and go, about to say, Simba would agree and go, more than likely the cart wouldn't teleport with us, just the horse.
Alright. I put all the stuff identified into my bag of holding and get on to the horse I was driving.
Alright.
Give it an apple, because I have that over here.
So you and Kazir stay close by, you holding it while she starts messing with some things?
Yes.
Alright, I have to roll an intelligence check for her.
Bardic Inspiration.
Noted, and that's a D8?
Yes.
See, she did not roll well. But D8?
Yes.
Alright, not too bad, not too bad. However, she did not beat the DC.
Sorry for poofing on again.
And Kazir and Blue, you guys watch as she kind of ticks around with it, and you see her, she's starting to get a little frustrated. She's having a hard time understanding it. All of a sudden you watch as it starts to reshape. And then all of a sudden you watch as it and you watch as she goes, oh fuck, and you watch as it separates into various different cubes, expands, and you guys see a very familiar white light, and then all of a sudden and now I have to roll for this.
Oh no. Where are we gonna end up?
First things first, I have to roll for the three of you to determine which who it takes from. That would be from Blue.
Hooray!
Now
Now
let's roll some percentals.
I've been a lot of places.
Exactly. That was my big worry, that it was going to be you.
Oh, shit.
Wait, did you roll for it being one of the horses?
Oh, interesting.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Fair enough. You guys, the white light blinds you as you land on grass. And you rub your eyes.
Dust myself off.
And
look around.
Here you are, standing in front of a ruined manor.
Oh.
Oh, where are we?
Kazir and Blue.
Oh my God.
After moments of just looking at this, you do recognize this building. This is the ruined remains of Cobalt Hall.
Oh shit.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
I know where we are. This is fine.
Sorry, forgot you were muted.
Blue looks at Symbol and smiles.
Symbol just kind of looks around. Where are we?
Bolt. Oh, you did say Kazir knows too.
Yep, Kazir does know.
We're on a tiny island called Pegland.
Pegland?
It's not called Pegland. That's not the name of the island.
I've never been to Pegland. This is a new one.
I got some friends I want to see here before the day's on. Let's go down to Belleville.
Do you guys head towards Belleville or head towards Pegland?
Ah, God. Hold on. I'm gonna
Yes. Cause wait,
Roll a
because you're.
D100 above 50.
Go to the Shark Boy or go up back
I
up
think
north?
there's. Doesn't
I wanna go-
It's have
I
a
do want to go
point?
see Sammy, but I also want to see JJJ. I'm gonna go see JJJ. to Pegland.
Jonah Jameson to Pegland.
You realize that JJJ might be dead, right?
I
Fish
know.
don't particularly live.
You shut your mouth. That's a magic fish.
I
Heidi,
have no idea
are you
what
sure?
you're talking about.
No, Kazir says, Blue, are you sure that's a good idea? I mean, we're kind of wanted right now.
In the
I
Empire.
wanted in the Empire.
Oh
not
yeah,
here.
I forgot. Oh yeah, I forgot they were. Pigland is not in the Empire technically. It's like on the outer edge.
You guys are we loved there.
What? No, Stray.
What?
This is our starting
Pegland is
area.
far away from the Empire. Far away.
Wait, why did I think it was like right on the edge?
Well, actually, it isn't that far.
It's not terribly far. It's
No,
like a
it's
couple
pretty
weeks.
far.
It's a couple weeks journey.
Well,
It's
Well, I mean,
pretty far.
it's pretty.
when I
On carriage, that's a couple of weeks.
well, no,
carriage.
it took us a couple weeks because we had a lot of shit to do between
We
point A
stayed
and
in
point B.
Melbourne.
And yeah, Melbourne.
Yeah, true.
So it's not like it took a couple weeks of just constantly riding.
Blue
But it
looks
still
around.
took about a week.
But
Blue
never
looks
mind, never mind.
around.
Ignore what I
and
said. I'm not being
and
wanted.
smiles, pulling out his conductor's stick, and he casts sending with
Alright.
the stick.
All right, you cast
He's-
sending. Who do you send it to?
Okay, I'm gonna cast it twice. First time, I'm gonna cast it to Mary. Actually, I'm gonna.
You cut out.
You cut out.
We cannot hear you.
So, was everyone's day?
It's going pretty good.
Okay, hi.
Some interesting.
Hello.
There you go.
Hello.
We can hear
Okay,
you now.
I'm gonna cast it 3 times. First time on Mary, I'm gonna use the conductor stick and say, I'm Mary, still alive. Teleportation didn't go well. I'm back in Pegland. Cuts off there.
A few moments later, you hear, "You asshole! Do you realize how early in the morning it is?
Wait,
Glad you're safe. Get your ass back here soon. Try not to teleport."
Okay. Second one. I'm. Yeah, I'm gonna send it to. I'm sending a
and
message.
Robo again.
Hi. Is it fixed?
Yep.
Seems like it.
Okay. I'm sending a message to Steward Matthias.
Oh yeah.
Hey, buddy. I'm coming back earlier than expected.
Check on your fish. Oh no, wait, no, that was other place. Oh wait, you got
Good
to. Never mind.
morning.
And this is to Matthias, so the steward of.
Steward of Pegland, Matthias.
You send this message.
Oh shit! Wait, sorry. Never mind.
And there is no response.
He didn't wake up.
Da da da.
Blue, I need you to roll me an intelligence check.
I'm rolling an intelligence check.
Oh shit.
He did.
Isn't there a doesn't Blue know there's a new cultist base at Cobalt Hall?
He
but
does.
he does. He's aware. However, Cobalt all
See?
seemed empty.
I'm pretty sure Henrik got that, and I don't think he shared it with anyone yet.
That's 15.
Something feels weird
I don't.
with you sending that spell. Normally, when you cast the sending spell, you almost feel like you're sending it to someone and then it bounces off of them and it comes back. This is the first time you've ever sent something and it felt like it went into the atmosphere.
Oh no.
Something feels off. You can't tell exactly what it is. Maybe the person was asleep and their consciousness didn't catch it. Or, there's always the possibility that he could be dead and he couldn't respond to it because there's nothing
But
there.
Winter, if he was dead, sending goes across dimensions.
No. Oh, wait.
There's a
So
5% chance it does not.
Sending does. I would say sending wouldn't go into the dimension of the gods.
It can. Yeah. There's literally nothing stopping it. It's powerful.
Yeah.
I, the dungeon master, rule it. So
Good. That works.
Okay.
If the dungeon master says so, then it's so.
you
Okay,
can't.
If he
You
says-
can't use sending. You can't use sending like it's the speak to dead spell.
Yeah.
Blue. The two see blue smile go down, and he's just standing there holding the conductor stick out, looking horrified.
All right. And you wanted to send a third sending?
Well, I was gonna direct that to the party, but Mary's got that.
You gotta save your spell.
No.
Pardon me.
I send it to good old Sammy.
Good old Sammy.
I'm coming back earlier than I expected. I felt like something might be wrong. Does anything happen for that?
All right, and remind me, Sammy is the
Sammy is the head of Belval.
oh right, good old Sammy. How was it?
Yeah.
Sammy is from Bell.
You hear a response.
Mayor
Oh.
Samuel.
Oh, apologies, Blue, if I remember. It's been a while. Yeah, if you come through Belleville, we will expect you.
Blue gets on his horse and waves the best going.
All right, and you're heading towards.
You keep glitching out.
Heading towards Pegland or towards Belleville?
Heading towards the place that had the zombie curse. Belval.
Belleville.
They'll hold.
All
Yeah.
right. So you guys start making your way towards Belleville on your horses.
Yeah.
All right.
Though all I wanted to add that Kazir seems mildly agitated. Like on a scale from 1 to 10, he's about a 4.
All right.
Just adding that.
So you guys get on your horses and start riding.
Yeah.
All right. As you guys start riding, you ride for a little bit. Hold on one second. Blue and Kazir, I need you guys to roll me wisdom saving throws.
Oh no.
God.
Oh
Oh,
fuck
God.
no. Oh fuck no.
And I have to
What
roll.
is my
I have to
wisdom
roll.
again?
I have to roll for
When-
symbol too.
Winter, I'm gonna use my point of inspiration for this.
Would you like to use your point of inspiration?
Yes.
All right.
Good
I
idea.
got.
Better say symbol beat the amount that she needed.
Dear poor space kitty.
Oh,
It's worse. Jesus Christ.
God, 2 points of inspiration used today, and both rolls were worse than the initial.
Actually, no. I won't use my inspiration. I'll use a luck point. Because
All right, fair
I
enough.
suddenly forgot I had those.
Good point. I will allow that because I'm not mean.
Cool.
Kazir and Blue, you guys are riding your horses through on the road. You guys are, as you guys remember, Copal Hall is not too far away from Peglin. You guys start riding, and all of a sudden, you went over this etching on the ground. You didn't see it at first, but once you rode on top of it, you see a symbol. And as you see it, you watch as it lights up a little bit. All of a sudden, you feel the most intense pain you've ever felt in your life.
Oh no!
Your head feels like it's about to split open.
Oh no! Don't.
You guys are stunned and cannot move. As you watch,
The horses keep going.
yeah, the horses. The horses are like they stopped too because they got hit by this as well.
Oh, good. I mean, not good, but in a way good.
Yeah, they're like
Better than them running uncontrolled.
Yeah, they're bleeding. Like they're bleating all over the place. Like you can hear them crying out in pain. All of a sudden, you guys feel nets being put on over you.
Oh no!
And you watch as Symbol. You can't really see, but you watch as Symbol is talking. You hear her voice talking with someone. And you guys, like, groggily look up to see people wearing masks. Well, look at our new toys. Good job, Symbol. Good job, Symbol. We really needed some new people. Now, why don't we go ahead and head to New Pegland? And you guys are now being hitched. Now you guys are being hitched to horses, exchanging the nets for chains. And because of the fact that you guys were affected by Symbol, there's no way you could resist. And they start driving you towards the direction of Pegland. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session. This was an interesting development. I did not expect you guys to be heading back here so soon.
Oof. Yeah, that's...
Well, Stray, do you have a backup character?
Yeah, you might want to get on that.
I need... Yeah, I'll make sure it's ready by next session, given that Blue and Tiny are... Unless Symbol is just faking it or something.
Satyr, Trickster, Cleric.
Yeah, I know. I got it written down.
Well, I mean, you guys don't know what's going on.
We didn't see the room?
No. But I say it was very well. I rolled to see how well hidden it was, and with your guys' passive perception, there's no way.
Passive perception of 17, dang.
Yeah, no, it was, like I said, very well hidden. And before anybody asks, the spell was Symbol, and it was set to Pain. Literally, as soon as it hit you guys, there was nothing you could do.
How long was that? Sorry, never mind. I shouldn't have said that. Never mind.
Agonizing torture. No, it only lasts for a minute, but a minute is more than enough time for somebody to get you guys in chains.
No,
Yes.
Never mind. Never mind.
They use your worst nightmare. Nets!
We don't even know that they are gone.
Nope. And as far as the message that Blue sent to Mary, you guys were...
Well, I mean, even if they knew, there's not much they could do.
He said that you guys were back in Pegland, and
Yes.
one of you guys knows that there's that there might
never
be
mind, I
some
thought I was
problems out
muted.
there.
Indeed.
So there's hope.
Not much,
God,
but hope.
Nah, you're gonna have to play Wayne.
It's gonna take about a week for us to get there because the bridge is long, the trip is long. We have to go through. We have to go through the Ravaged Path to get to you guys.
But either way, there's a lot of options and a lot of things you guys can do. But for tonight,
not really.
hey, you don't know what's going on
We can just leave you guys. We don't have to save you.
technically. But he's also your employer,
He isn't paying me anymore.
and he's also the witty and the likable one.
If Garnan dies, not for long.
That's true. Dalmar, about to say, Dalmar? Yes.
Purpose.
Darvis. Sorry, Dalmar. Who am I thinking of?
Who are you thinking of?
Was that one of my characters?
I think so.
Yeah, Dalmar
Because
was.
I've never heard of a Dalmar.
Sorry, Dalmar was my very first character. Why did I think of him? Oh, probably because Darvis sounds similar to Dalmar.
Not really,
Level
but
7. Level 7.
Did you guys think this was gonna be the yellow brick road? Fuck that, man! Welcome to the Ravaged Path.
I'm not even on the Ravaged Path.
I just wanted to kill Ezrin.
Winter, I just want to kill Ezrin.
You guys might be meeting. You guys might be meeting Wayne and.
Wayne just shows up.
Wayne and Makanala.
What's going on?
He might show up from the forest,
Who knows?
covered in blood.
I'll need to work
Like
on my
Garnet?
character.
Here's the thing: Blue and Kazir aren't dead, and their stories are definitely not over. But I say, you guys don't know what's going on.
I like how everyone just accepted the fact that Skulvin was gone. No one even cared.
I think that people are more internalizing it rather than externalizing it. I mean, how are they gonna chase Skulvin?
Blue is kind of busy being stabbed, exploded, making money.
Actually,
Being
quite
captured.
Liked Simple.
I
I liked Simple until she turned out to be.
If only someone was telling you guys that you shouldn't be keeping an enemy with you.
Here's three things that I'll say. First things first. Skulvin did leave an impact. Members of your party do very much remember him and very fondly miss him.
Yep.
Specifically, one member that does remember Skulvin very well.
Guardian or Philman, either one.
Both.
Dylan.
I would say
Yeah.
both. But Philman has a pass with him. I feel like people are more internalizing it than externalizing it. There's a lot going on.
Oh my god. Winter,
Yes?
you might actually break Blue. This is the second time he's been kidnapped. This might actually break him.
Oof. This
I'm not joking about that. That
I'm-
might actually break him. I'm
I'm
gonna have
not
to
sure
roll for
how
that.
to say.
Roll for it
I'm
right
not-
now, Tiny. Do it.
Okay.
That pain mixed with
I'm percentile die.
Oof.
what do you think, Winter?
I mean, 55, that's above 50. I'd say that he's mentally taking it for now.
For now.
For now.
Just
I'm
the
really
start
not
of
sure
being
how
captured.
Kazir
But
would take it.
But here's the difference.
But not
be
so much.
rolling
He's
this.
also been betrayed.
But here's the difference. About to say with the Ulnuk tribe, like you had to watch everyone get tortured and killed. You don't know who these individuals are.
Well,
They said
I mean,
that-
we
they
do.
said that we were toys. So
Well, we know that they're with so we know that it's not good whatever they're doing.
About to say, the second thing that I'll comment on is, just because you're kidnapped doesn't mean it's the end of the world. There are plenty of ways to get out of a situation like that. I mean, don't forget, you're riding with a smooth talker.
Yeah, that's true.
oh my god.
But that's pretty much all we got.
Windsor.
Is
Yes.
Winter, are you gonna make me have to seduce the guard?
I never said that you had to, but I mean, who knows?
That's kind of the only way to get out I could think of, is
smooth
talking someone.
You guys were carrying anti-magic manacles with you.
Shut up.
I don't need magic. Finger.
It doesn't matter if you. It doesn't matter if you don't need magic if you're locked up, Tiny.
I just imagine Baloo just opens up his shirt, looks at the guard, and he's like, "Hey, guard," and he looks over and it's just like, "Pour some sugar on me."
But seriously, if
everybody shut up.
if something that I think might happen happens, I'm gonna be rolling percentile die a few times.
Yeah. If I knew a bit more about how things worked, then I would roll 2, but yeah.
Blue busts out some dance moves. I'm bringing sexy back.
You may or may not finally break Blue.
If he breaks Blue, are you going to play Wayne or continue to play mentally scarred Blue?
It would be.
If he breaks Blue, Blue's leaving and going straight for his parents.
Personally, I'm very curious about how this is gonna go, because this could be. I just feel so bad that this happens to Blue. I don't plan.
Every time.
I don't.
You're finally going to break Blue.
If we're being honest, Blue did this to himself.
Yeah, true.
I mean, that's a little unfair to say. Yeah, no,
but he did.
Blue's taking this pretty well.
Exactly did that. He exactly did that.
Either you're gonna break him, or he's gonna turn into a masochist. We shall see.
We shall see. Hey, who knows? Blue might just pull a. Blue might just pull a. Oh God, what is the name of that person?
Garnan?
No. What is
Talk his way out of the Cyclops encounter?
Yeah, well, I mean, Blue could. not like the Cyclops was a very interesting set of circumstances.
That was just funny.
But I just imagine.
I talked my way out of getting murdered by a whatever.
And who knows? You have no idea what this group might want from you.
I'm gonna go to sleep.
Well, from what I've gathered so far, they don't like the Broken Skulls. They don't like the Empire. So we might have something in common.
Yeah, there might be something to work here. Like you guys you're putting an immediate spin of like, oh, they're gonna torture me or whatever. It's like you don't know. They might be they might be trying to use you for something.
They called us toys.
Hey, you know when when you don't know what that person meant by toys.
There are many.
Maybe he was just lonely and needed someone else to be in his room.
They're gonna lock you in a sex dungeon, Tiny.
Either way.
No comment.
No.
Still love your guys' reaction to that picture. That was funny.
But
just imagine how interesting it's going to be, Winter, if a certain someone does something.
I know. It's gotta be there. Good God, why would you bring that cat back?
If his stuff is revealed, oh man.
Oh, there's plans.
You may break Blue. This is gonna be interesting.
Well, there's a lot of things that could happen.
Yes.
We're just gonna have to wait and see, but until next week. Where next week I don't work Saturday, I have Sunday off, so.
Oh, fun.
So we might be able to start earlier than normal, and we can go a bit later.
12 hours.
Cool.
I wouldn't say 12-hour session, God no, but I would say
6 hours.
I would say quite possibly 6. Quite possibly 6. That's manageable.
7.
We'll just have to wait and see how that goes.
Long as next section starts with what Kazir and Blue are doing instead of ends with it getting 3 minutes.
I mean,
Sorry.
I say you guys start with it since we started this time. I don't think we have anything to do really until you guys show back up.
If we show back up.
I just imagine you guys are eating French toast and like enjoying yourselves, having some drinks, and then you don't even hear anything. You're just like, oh man, they must be taking their time. God, they must be having so much fun in Pegland. Ah, so jealous.
Just use scrying.
Just like everyone's like enjoying their food, just having a nice breakfast, and Ray's like, "Oh yeah, Blue and Kazia, they're over in Pegland." Then Harold just slams out a book and was like, "What?"
Remember, Blue didn't contact the party, and Bimp has sending, so.
Oh, true.
Contacted Mary.
I contacted Mary.
But
everything's fine. It's don't worry. Instantly gets kidnapped.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, you guys, again, you don't know the full context. I mean, this could be a really bad thing, but this could also be not as bad as you think. And you don't.
Well, I mean, using torture.
It could be
call
you.
it night.
Okay.
And
it could be you breaking Blue.
Night,
Or
Herba.
it could, or it
Night.
could be Symbol was just trying to save her butt.
Yeah, but I say, you guys don't know if Symbol betrayed you, or she might be trying to play it up. You don't know.
Well, I mean,
I think we hit it off pretty well.
Well, I mean, them saying "good job, Symbol," kind of sounds like
yes.
Well, you're also
pretty condemning.
Well, you're also forgetting that Symbol also had to roll a saving throw for this.
Yes.
If-
Not
Yeah, that's
only
true.
that, not only that, she did say that she had no more plans, and you rolled
Yep.
an insight check, didn't you?
I
Yeah,
did,
but I mean,
and she was
yeah.
not lying.
Yeah. So I think we're good.
Well, but I mean, the chance you didn't because
But I
didn't
say,
Winter say that it was like her symbols?
No, it was just
Or was
the
that just
it was the
a
spell
misunderstanding?
symbol.
All right, that was a misunderstanding on my
Yeah,
part.
no,
and then-
it's the spells. It's a spell called Symbol. It's a very powerful spell.
Oh, all right, all right.
It wasn't Symbol like to cast
yeah,
a
yeah.
spell on the both of you. Like no,
Well,
like
no, I
you-
thought that.
go ahead.
I'm tired. Never mind.
No, it's okay. Basically, what happened is as you guys were riding down the road, there was a trap set that you guys didn't
Yeah.
notice, and even
No,
with
I realized that, but what I thought was that somehow she had snuck the stone, but now the more I think about it, the more I realize that's not right. I mean,
Yeah.
not the stone's a cube.
I'm gonna go ahead and hop off myself. Goodbye.
Sounds good. You have a good night, Ralph. Yeah, basically what happened is you guys stepped over a symbol,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I realized.
when you did, the glyph activated, and when it activated, it used an ability called Pain. Pain is an ability that causes.
Symbol's a touch spell.
Yep, and as soon as your horses touched it,
Does it go through the horses into us?
Yep.
that's correct because you were in contact with the horse.
Interesting.
Basically, it's kind of like a electrical thing in real life.
Uh,
Where
I'll-
if you
I'd
touch
like to
someone,
get this.
you get zapped too.
I like
Oh.
this.
Hold on one second.
Yeah. All right.
Let me.
We'll be fine. I'll just smooth talk.
I see. You can
Yeah.
There's a lot of ways.
Well, I
to
mean, I
smooth
guess if they don't take Kazir's lockpicks, he could sneak out.
talk. It's true.
But most likely they would.
You don't know.
True.
Plus also.
Blue's gonna
Plus also if
Blue's gonna
it's good
start-
enough.
Blue's gonna start screaming, "Where's my fish?" Okay, so the points I will be rolling, those percentile dice are if they mess with his loot, if they messed with the book, or during torturing, or if they killed Kazir.
Yeah. I'm really not sure how Kazir's gonna take this. I'm trying to get into his mindset, and
He'll be fine.
well, I mean, I'm thinking that Kazir is kind of gonna.
He's a sturdy boy.
Let's see. Yep.
Why do you hate that cat so much?
I know.
It's
The
disturbing.
picture
looking.
you mean?
Like like the cat part's cute, but like what the fuck? What happened to it?
Have you not noticed
By the
name
way,
change in my PFP?
yeah, I noticed. Once triggered, the glyph glows, filling a 60-foot radius sphere.
Oh. It's a touch
Wait, so
spell,
if
but it has a
Once activated, it's anything in 60 feet.
Yep,
Yeah.
which the people kept their distance so that they wouldn't be caught.
But symbol did it.
And
It might have.
And
I hope so.
basically, each target must make a Constitution. Well, in this case, it would be your. I had you guys roll a check for that, which it was a Wisdom saving throw, and
We failed miserably.
yeah, and
Jesus.
saving and becomes incapacitated with excruciating pain for 1 minute.
Yeah.
If they mess with his loot, he's gonna start just screaming. This is gonna be interesting.
It's an intense thing, but
I like this.
either
Yeah.
way. Thank you guys. I'm about to say, for anybody who ends up watching this in the archives, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this session, and hope to see you in the next one. For now, hope you all take care, stay healthy, and hope you all stay frosty.